everyone, welcome once again to Comic Book Late Night Unlimited. It is I, Captain Logan, and joining me as always are my co-hosts Chris and Austin the Day Ghost. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us to talk about new comics once again. Guys, I think we might be at some sort of a record. I think this is 4 or 5 weeks in a row.
There we go. Good for us.
That's pretty. 4 or 5.
4 or 5, yeah.
One of those is a record. But anyway, we're here. It's exciting. And we're going to talk about stuff that we read last week. We're going to talk about things coming out tomorrow, as we always do. And tonight's featured book was kind of a troll choice. Was this a Dan Schneider pick? I forget.
I'm not sure offhand. I don't remember.
Yeah, we could check.
I guess I could see somebody just putting this in normally. I don't know.
I remember when it came in, it seemed like a troll thing.
Yeah.
It seemed like somebody going, I got to see these guys talk about this crazy thing.
Yep.
However we actually feel about the thing, that was just the assumption I had, like when it was asked for. But anyway, let me see if I can.
I just remember, like...
No, it was Clown-Looking Funny Man who was doing some kind of trolling
who's
type
a real
thing.
funny man that's licking some clowns.
He sure is. You know what's weird?
Yeah.
I feel like that guy just showed up for the first time, although he might be somebody we know already, because the first night he came in, it was a little suspicious because there were 2 names we didn't know right in a row that were leaving Super Chats.
Yeah.
And with kind of silly picks and stuff.
Right.
I mean, thanks for the Super Chats. We really appreciate it.
No,
but what's really funny is we've had like 25 requests since that guy.
Yeah, wow.
You put on the wheel.
That's crazy.
And that feels like a brand new choice. So anyway, quick plug for that. If you do want to put something on the wheel tonight, a $5 super chat will do it, and you can ask for any part of a run in comics. We really try to keep it 4 to 6 issues, but we'll make some exceptions if you want something that's more like a 12-issue maxi series, and then that'll just be kind of the only thing we do that night. Probably we haven't had one of those come up yet.
No, yeah.
But it will at some point probably. Yeah. And just keep in mind, there's a bunch of stuff in the lottery. It's 75, 80 picks so far or more, and so we can't guarantee that yours will ever make it, but you've got a chance. And we appreciate everybody who has put stuff on the wheel. Fastbalob says, I maxed out my credit cards. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Be careful, don't go into debt. And don't go into debt over comics. That's dumb. Don't do that.
I'm just saying collections is punishing me right now.
The first big comic collection I ever bought was from a woman who divorced her husband partly over his going into debt over comics.
Yeah.
And I got that collection at a steal because she kept his comics to partly kick him harder when they divorced.
Oh, that's brutal.
I don't know if I've talked about this on the channel. It's one of my favorite stories. And then my wife and I, we've lost touch with them subsequently. My wife and I, for years, became really good friends with her and her new husband.
Right.
And we did we did like board game nights with them weekly, and they became really good friends of ours.
Yeah.
She came up to me I have told this story. She came up to me at a yard sale. And she wasn't even the person running the sale. She lived across the street. I was buying comics at this yard sale across the street from her house.
Yeah.
Do you remember the story?
I don't think so, no.
And she goes, hey, I see you're buying comics. I've got some comics for sale. Would you like to look at them? And she took me to her garage, and I started digging through her stuff.
Yeah.
And she had a 3,000-piece collection. That was where I got my first Spawns.
Oh,
and,
wow.
A whole bunch of great stuff, and that's how I got into selling when I was doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's partly why I'm still into all of this. Probably is just that really blew my collection up and started my long period of buying up big assortments of comics and selling what I wanted and keeping the rest. And I don't do as much of that anymore. I do keep kind of dropping into weird ways of buying in bulk still, but I don't go after the collections the way I used to.
Yeah.
But sometimes stuff falls in my lap, and part of what got me back into collecting as hardcore as I have the last year and a half was Brandon found we did a whole video on it. Found a small collection, kind of like this at a yard sale.
Yeah.
Where this guy sold him like 7 boxes. I think it was like 2 long boxes and 4 or 5 short boxes for like $60. It was just ridiculous how cheap it was. And he was like, "Hey, Captain, do you want these? We'll let you pay for them, and then since we found them, we'll just ask that you let us keep a few of the books."
Yeah.
And I was like, him and Nikki, and I was like, "Sure." So we did a whole video on that and unboxed it on camera.
Nice.
If you haven't seen that, go back and look at it. It was neat. And I'm just rambling about books I bought.
Well, it's funny too. A lot of times when you find those big collections,
which is really just the show.
Yeah, and like I remember I was at Planet like years ago, and I saw somebody with like a 50-cent issue box, and I was looking through it. It's like, okay, there's a couple issues of Crisis. There's the Daredevil where Bullseye kills Elektra. And it's like, are you?
Which is still not worth what it should be.
Still not worth what it should be.
It's cool if it was that cheap.
You buy a $30 book for 50 cents. I mean,
yeah,
I can't complain too much.
So do you have that?
I do. Yeah.
Did you keep it? That's
awesome. Did. Yeah. I mean, I've got.
But then later he read it, then he rolled it up and put it in his back pocket.
I just put it right back in the couch cushions where it belongs. I said that to a creator at a con once. I made that joke, and I don't think they were really happy about it.
Dan Schneider put in a $5 super chat and puts another book on the wheel that I've never heard of. And get ready for this, folks. Lesbian Zombies from Outer Space. He says that's an actual real comic book. Now, odds are the only one of the 3 of us that is likely to have heard of this is Chris.
And I have.
Chris, have you heard of it?
I have.
You have.
Here's the thing. I haven't read it.
Austin, had you heard of this book?
No.
Here's like the thing. I know I haven't read the book. I couldn't even really tell you
publisher?
much. I couldn't even tell you that much.
Wow.
But what I have heard is that it's one of those books that like no one could be normal about. Because like for whatever reason people take it way too seriously. Like I've seen a number of people be like, "Yeah, how are you not getting that Lesbian Zombies from Outer Space is a parody?"
I mean, what's it a parody of?
I guess just
50 sci-fi.
50 sci-fi. Just, your Amazon
heterosexual zombies from outer space.
Zombies.
Well, Braden's heard of it, so that's somebody else.
Yeah, we got 2 people. Sometimes
we as a heard about it.
Are you stoked for that to come up on the wheel?
I'm cautiously curious and optimistic.
Now this isn't fair because I've not read that, but
Yeah.
Austin, more and more this wheel is starting to look like the Wheel of the Worst. Like it'll have great stuff on it, but then with some of these other things that come on, it feels like that show a little bit.
I'm not sure if any of you have ever watched The Deer Hunter.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm feeling like Robert De Niro and Christopher Walken in that movie right now.
It's Russian roulette, except there's only one spot that doesn't have a bullet.
We're just looking at the wheel going, I'll have 3 bullets.
It's reverse Russian roulette.
Reverse Russian roulette.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm so surprised I got shot in the head this time.
I will give Dan Schneider, credit. He's like, at least it's not Lost Girls by Alan Moore.
So that's the...
They are lesbian vampires, but at least they're of age.
Good. I'm glad
they died after the age of 18.
That's the standard, apparently. That's how low the bar is.
That's how low the bar is right now.
Schneider, I got to tell you guys, this show, we haven't done After Dark this year. I've been doing other Patreon content, and we don't need it because this show has just become that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Some of the stuff Austin has had to explain to me and really about explicit comics I've never heard of. That we've gone massively in depth on this show.
That I read as a child.
Get your kids out of the room. So the feature book at the end of the show is Luke Cage Max, which is actually just called Cage, and it's a Brian Azzarello book. It's odd that Austin and I will now have reviewed 2 Brian Azzarello books back to back.
Yeah.
One being one of his most critically acclaimed and beloved books with Lex Luthor, Man of Steel, and the other being Cage, which is kind of made fun of and maligned, and is a little bit. What's the word I was trying to think of? Notorious.
Yes.
But we'll we'll see if we feel like it's as bad as people said it was. I don't want to show my hand on it too much yet, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. And right now, let's take a look at books that are coming out tomorrow. I was waiting for it.
Thank you. I got it.
For it. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I got quite a bit on the at least my poll for tomorrow. Both Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Catwoman. At this point, there's really only 2 Absolute books I'm not regularly subscribed to, so if it's most of the time, I end up getting those. Detective 1112, Superman 41 is tomorrow. Austin, I'm on the fence about this Kingdom of Zod thing. Because I bought the first 2 issues in this story arc that's going between all these books. We talked about this a little bit last week, and I bought them kind of naively thinking it was going to only be 4, and it's 9. And I'm going, am I going to buy all of those? And like, having read the first 2 issues, it's okay. I'm not like over the moon about it. I cannot decide if I want to put that many extra dollars into this story. So I don't know. Like, are you gonna follow it, Austin, or you already kind of dropped it and you're just gonna buy the Supergirls because you're buying Supergirl?
I haven't even decided, to be honest. I'm not even sure yet.
Because it's already 3 issues in, and so I didn't know if you read the next 2 or not.
No, I honestly forgot that there was more of it already. I've just read that Supergirl issue.
Yeah, it's weekly after the first week. The first 2 came out the same week, I think, and then last week had one, and I missed it too. That was in I meant to pull that. That was in Superman Unlimited. No, I know what it was. They didn't have a copy at my shop, and he ordered one. So I'm going to be stuck with at least the first 3 of these. Maybe I'll just go all the way. I'm already ending up.
Yeah, at that point, you might as well get it. You're in deep.
And it's Zod, and I like Zod. The whole thing is just so over the top. And like, I'm not disliking. I'll talk about it a little bit more later. Like, I'm not disliking it. It's just I kind of wish the vibe was a little reined in.
Yeah.
It's very like 90s Dan Jurgens Superman, like mid to late 90s.
Right.
But with a cast of like 24 Superman characters. Like it's just ridiculous how big this team is. And it's not even really a team.
Yeah.
And it's like 2 teams too, because you have all these Superman, these like Kryptonians.
Yeah.
And Superman adjacent characters. And Lois Lane, who was Superwoman but is losing her powers now, and so she's kind of just Lois, but she's in the mix of it. And then there's this other team of non-Superman related characters called like Super Force or something really generic. That's got like the female King Shark on it.
Yeah.
I forget her name.
Supergirl's team.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They have to bring them in because they're dealing with a city full of kryptonite. And I was immediately going, how come they don't just ask a bunch of superheroes to deal with this that aren't Superman characters, because the Superman characters can't deal with kryptonite.
Yeah.
And they come up with a MacGuffin so they can. But then immediately after I had that thought, I turned the page and they're like, here's this team of heroes that can go deal with this. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, that makes sense, but like there's so many characters in it. And I haven't been paying a lot of attention to Superman status quo lately, so it's that double-edged sword of, well, if I read this story, I'll kind of get a sense of the status quo now.
Yeah.
But because I haven't been reading it, it's sort of overwhelming.
Yeah.
So, like, in some ways, it's a good idea to look at it, because then I'll be caught up in some way. Like I'll sort of know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, but you're hitting the ground running, too. You're learning how to ride your bike down, like, a ramp through a hoop of fire, too.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And I want to eventually catch up on Williamson.
Yeah.
But, like, not all of those characters are going to be in a lot of Williamson.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more Superman focused. Also, Superman is coming back faster than I thought he would. Because I thought a lot more of this story would take place without him, and he's already reintroduced by issue 2.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
which is like a problem.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if
Sort of
the
surprising.
Superman issue would be his introduction. I wasn't
Maybe
sure.
it should
what
have
was
been,
up
but
with
no,
that.
they did it in action.
That's also a Superman book, but yeah, no,
That's
fair
true.
enough.
Yeah.
He's got a beard.
He does.
He's got a beard on the cover of Superman 41. He hasn't had time to shave. He's been
Yeah,
He's
but
already
time-
dead again.
freaking Zod.
He can't shoot his, heat vision into the mirror and do like he does.
I've never seen Zod this angry. Is every page he's just frothing and spitting and like they keep drawing spittle coming out of his mouth. Like every page.
That is amazing. I mean, I think
I pretty much reviewed this now,
Yeah.
but
I think with like Zod too, I mean there is a tendency to write Zod a lot of times as the very kneel before Zod. You just get stuck at kneel before mode.
well, and they're kicking that phrase all over the place. And this
Yeah.
is a direct sequel to the Kneel Before Zod maxi series.
Oh yeah.
Which I didn't realize like how closely related it was to that, and I never finished that. I bought the first issue and I read maybe half of it in digital,
Yeah.
and I was really excited about it at the start,
Mhm.
and then it kind of lost me toward the middle because I felt like the POV shifted too much to Ursa, and I felt like it was almost just I felt like Zod got kind of thrown under the bus, and it was just an excuse to tell an Ursa story. And I
Right,
was like,
right.
well, then just do an Ursa story. I don't know.
I'd read Ursa book. Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing was a little.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we're gonna try this one more time. This stream is gonna be wonderful in the playback.
Our call didn't immediately drop down in quality though when you went live that time. So
Yeah,
this-
yeah.
maybe.
I've got a little trick that I usually do right before the show to make sure that that doesn't happen, and I didn't do it on the rebroadcast, so that is probably the problem. But so
Is it that you
far,
hit
we
the top
look
of your
good.
computer?
So let's try to jump right back into it. Apologies for wasting everybody's time. So Austin, what I started to say before the stream broke down is we've got Amazing Spider-Man 1000 coming out next month with the 35 variant covers, which honestly fewer than I would have expected. And speaking of
Yeah.
35, and that's not including the incentives and stuff, but there are 35 main covers and there's a few, but there's even fewer incentives than I would have expected.
yeah.
Anyway, but speaking of 35, the issue coming out tomorrow, which I assume is the one right before 1000, is
It is, yeah.
is issue 35. And as we all know, Austin, the number immediately after 35 is 1000.
That is in
Yeah,
fact
no,
the joke that
exactly.
broke the stream too.
Yeah.
That's when we saw
Marvel
Austin.
did not like that.
Yeah, that's when we saw Austin frozen with, and we couldn't tell if he was
We
just
thought he
disappointed.
just didn't think my joke was amusing,
Yeah.
so I was glad to see him react positively to that joke.
Yeah, it's like, is Austin frozen or just disappointed?
That was a very vindicating moment for me.
Well, I think we laughed. Was it last week that I think it's Thor is hitting maybe 900,
800.
and it's in Mortal Thor.
And
Oh,
it's
800.
Mortal
Okay.
Thor.
Here's
yeah.
the thing.
And it's
which-
Mortal Thor, so it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so weird. And I think Iron Man's hitting 700 this year. I can't remember when exactly.
Yeah, and I believe if
It'd be more impactful if they didn't renumber every year,
Yeah.
but
if I have my Thor expertise or whatever correct, Mortal Thor is ending with 800. That it's basically once it hits 800, it's going back to just actual Thor instead of Sigurd Jarlson.
so that's so that big 800 milestone is the end of that whole thing.
Yep.
That's like the finale. That's a cool place to do it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it goes until
Can it be called the actual Thor?
The
Can that
actual
be,
Thor.
The moniker?
yeah. It's like Thor. He's back.
It'd be really great if if right after that they restarted it again, and it'll be a new number one.
Yeah,
right after
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
But it'd be really funny if the next series was called Donald Blake Thor,
Donald Blake Thor.
right after Mortal Thor.
Yeah. You have
Well, we love doing that right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just call
we
it
do.
more Thor.
More Thor. It's like
Remember more gore for Thor?
more
Oh, it's Thor 4 more war for Thor and
That's-
Gore.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. Thor and
Thor.
Gore.
Yeah, and then they're gonna play.
That's what it is.
And then they're going to play the TTRPG Morkborg. Which I don't know if
I don't know what that is, but that sounds beautiful.
Just imagine D&D except Swedish death metal flavored. And also character
Beautiful.
creation. Also, character creation takes like 5 minutes because your character will die.
Okay, so everybody bear with me for a minute because this one's gonna be loopy. But one of the backup features in the next like pointless, oversized DC Marvel crossover
Yep.
should be a crossover with Gore from Thor
Yes.
and Jason Blood, so you can have blood and gore.
That is a license to print money. That is.
No, it's not. Nobody.
Look.
will do that. That's why it's a crappy backup feature.
Here's the thing. I bought Satanic Panic purely because of the title.
So did Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're pleasantly surprised.
So that looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
Bob the Hun, $5 super chat, puts in James Bond, Your Cold Heart by Garth Ennis. We already have, I think, an Ennis
We've got
Bond on here, don't we?
No, it's Warren Ellis.
No, it's Warren Ellis.
Yeah.
Oh, Ellis and they both had. Because I used to always
Ennis
mix
was more
those writers
recent.
up, and now
Yeah.
they both have Bond.
Ellis, yeah. I knew it.
So Warren Ellis started that Dynamite Bond book, and I
Mhm.
think recently Garth Ennis did.
I knew Ellis had one. I didn't know Ennis had
Crazy.
one.
Mhm.
Because I read part of the
Yeah,
Ellis
because
one.
Ellis
Yeah.
has 12 issues.
Yeah.
There's also another super chat before that as well.
Oh, thank you. I
from
missed that.
Chicago.
Let me get this
Yeah, no
in
worries.
there. Thank you guys for the support tonight.
Mm.
And once again, good luck in the raffle, the lottery, the wheel spin.
Life. It's a good look at life.
Oh, okay. So I already wrote this down, but we weren't broadcasting, so I wasn't able to mention it on the stream, but I did already record it.
Yeah.
Chewbacca's Lover asked for the Hit Girl Mini since we just did Kick Ass recently. So that's on the wheel now too, which is cool because I'd like to read that whole thing.
Yeah.
I bought the first issue when it came out, and I mentioned this in the chat, but my database claims I own that issue. But I was looking for it the other day after we read Hitman. After we read, that'd be a crossover.
Yeah,
Hitman
exactly.
versus Hit Girl. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Agent 47 versus Hit Girl.
I mean,
But
Why not?
or DC's Hitman.
DC's hit me. I was about to say
That's
too.
another crappy backup feature, and it's not even DC and Marvel. They just-
Technically,
But isn't
though.
that the comic? Like IO Interactive, throw Hit Girl into the new Hitman games.
I mean,
You're still
look.
adding stuff. Like they just announced today that Snoop Dogg is getting like an
Yeah,
add-on to Hitman.
like Gary
throw Hit
Cole,
Girl
like
in there.
Gary Cole from Office Space and Harvey Birdman is in like Hitman DLC.
What?
There's
yeah.
crazy stuff in
I know.
Hitman. Yeah.
This is starting to look like Sonic Racing Crossworlds,
Pretty much.
Austin.
I do love how
I hope Evangelion ends up in Hitman.
I do love the
I hope Hit Girl gets to drive a race car. I hope they go the other way.
I do love how
And they like recently did like an Eminem thing, but it
Yeah.
wasn't you have to kill Eminem. It's like you have to team up with Eminem.
well, the thing I do love about the
Bizarre.
Hitman DLC is that they have like a whole series of just Sean Bean getting killed over and over again. It's like Agent 47. I know you've shot this guy like 5 times, but here he is again.
Okay, I'm going to blow
That's
through these
beautiful.
faster than I usually do because since we had major technical problems, we're already like 47 minutes in. Now, it won't show that.
47, you
There
say?
you go. Yeah, Agent 47
Yeah.
minutes. It won't show that in the playback, but for us, it's been that
Yeah.
long. So let's try to get through this. X-Men 36. Who is this on the cover?
That's
Who is that?
Battle Beast.
Who is that supposed to be? Do you know, Chris?
Is that Dark Beast?
DNX.
I mean, maybe because
Oh, it might be because there was talk of Beast being like the new Magneto figure, so it
That's
could be
right.
Dark Beast.
Yeah.
That probably is what that is.
And I think like Dark Beast is one of like the Age of Apocalypse characters kind of stuck around too the longest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And because of synergy with X-Men 97, they're doing more Apocalypse stuff. So
Yeah.
we're going to see an Apocalypse one-shot or the start of an event or something.
Something, yeah.
Here with creators I've never heard of. And it's probably awful. But the cover's cool, and I was tempted for a second until I remembered Marvel or Modern Marvel. I need multiple people to tell me how great it is before I try it at this point. Zatanna 5 is tomorrow. Poison Ivy 47, which is part of the Big Bad Seeds event, which I'm not planning on jumping into because I just cannot get excited about the Mayor Poison Ivy thing and all of that. I hope it's great, but I'm not gonna shell out a bunch of money to get all of that stuff. So I'll read whatever it crosses into Batman, and those will probably be the important issues anyway.
Yeah.
What's weird is they're doing a bunch of tie-in minis, Austin, that are going back to old major Batman titles, like Gotham Central is getting one.
Oh wow.
And then they're doing
I don't think it's like Gotham like Medic or something.
No,
It's
that
like,
too.
isn't
Both.
that-
Huh.
Both.
Oh, it's both. Okay,
Yes.
I didn't even hear about Gotham
I know, it's
Central.
weird.
Okay.
What one is Gotham Central,
It is
and
weird.
we might see that this week or maybe it's next week. I can't remember. But one is Gotham Central, and the other one is Gotham. It also starts with a C, but it's a medical book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I did a
Weird.
double take with it too, where I was like, "Oh, that's not Gotham Central," and then I read further down on the list, and Gotham Central was also there. I was like, "That's so strange." And there's a couple of other old Batman titles.
I mean, if
from
they make a
the
new
90s,
Gotham
2000s.
Central book, I will be very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, a part of me was like, why didn't you just start a new ongoing? And then I'm like, well, you don't want to launch with that. You don't want your first issue to be tied into all of this stuff. That's almost as bad as when you launch a book and then the second or third issue is crossed into a big crossover, which happens. Anyway.
That's an Abden Landing Guardians. It's with Secret Invasion, but that Secret Invasion tie-in is awesome, so it doesn't matter.
Well, the example I was going to go to was also Guardians, because Bendis's Guardians has that hardcore,
Yeah.
where it just turns into events after events for the next 5 to 8 issues. They introduce Angela, and then here's a bunch of events. You're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Abden Landing Guardians is that really bad, but I think they do a really good job weaving it in, where like it doesn't really feel like, oh, well, here's like a bit of an event. Like it feels natural to that book.
Flash 36, that's a cool cover where he's sitting on top of the Daily Planet. I still really want to read this book.
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
I have
It's
so much
so fun.
Yeah.
pull. I haven't been buying it, but I'll read that eventually in digital. I love that cover though. The cover buyer in me kind of wants that.
Yeah.
Bad Seeds Sunset #1. So we're gonna have a lot of this Bad Seed tie-in stuff. That's kind of a fun cover. We got the Batman suit on as a scarecrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Green Lantern 38. So a bunch of DC heavy hitters tomorrow. Void Rivals 33. Wolverine
With
26.
Rom.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that.
Yep.
Rom the Space Knight. I'm really surprised they haven't already launched a Rom book.
Yeah,
Or
I think
announced
that Rom #1 is finally getting a release soon, but I don't know. They haven't
that's
talked about any.
Because they
they're
made
doing
one,
that.
but it was in a blind bag. We talked about this.
And Mask #3 introduces one of the villains from Micronaut. So I'm like, are they also gonna get like a series? Like, are we like rapidly expanding?
Yeah. Huh.
All the stuff that used to be at Marvel.
I know, yeah. Have actually played like huge roles in like the cosmology of Marvel too.
You know what we forgot to talk about last week?
What's
Which
that?
we can just mention real briefly. Last week we had just gotten the announcement for the Goofy Marvel Star Wars comic crossover. We didn't actually talk about that.
Oh yeah, I did.
It looks dreadful. I just thought I'd mention it real fast.
Yeah.
I'll bring up the cover and the art. It doesn't. It looks so obligatory and like nobody's excited to be there. And it's Kevin Smith, so it won't even finish.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's Kevin Smith. I don't know why he's suddenly getting random.
I guess it
random
depends.
comics.
Is like
We haven't seen him in comics hardly for a really
Yeah.
long time, and then he gets that weird Jay and Silent Bob Marvel crossover or whatever that thing was.
yeah.
and
He's doing a Bizarro book too.
Yeah, that
The
Bizarro
book. Yeah.
And then now he's doing the Star Wars Marvel crossover.
It might-
Why is it him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It might finish if like Jimmy Palmiotti's there to threaten him, like with Guardian Devil. Be like, I don't care who you are, you're gonna finish this book. You write it.
Why would he care about that?
I mean, that's how
Just the
Guardian
House
Devil
of
finished.
Mouse.
I know, but why would Palmiotti right now care about that?
I mean, look, maybe they paid him to be like, look, we need somebody to be a professional Kevin Smith threatener.
He's the official leg breaker of the comic industry.
What we need is
Yeah.
Kevin Smith to be a professional. I think is actually what we need. But yeah. So here's the art. It's just real lackluster to me. I mean, like I get the attempt at trying to make it look real late 70s, early 80s.
This
But
looks like
there's just an attitude about this that is kind of incorrect to me.
this looks like something
It
you
just
put on your
looks really
Trapper
generic.
Keeper.
Yeah.
This is just
Yeah, it does have that kind of like sticker look.
yeah, like you'd buy this for your 9-year-old to put on their backpack to go to grade school.
But I will also
Yeah, no,
say,
I think you're exactly right, Chris.
That's what it looks. Yeah.
yeah, no, that's a really good call.
Mm,
I have a massive bias against this in the first place.
yeah.
So you would have to do something from the outset really creative and clever to get me excited about just Marvel and Star Wars crossing. It's the obvious obligatory thing to do because Disney has owned both properties for so long, and it's kind of surprising it even took this long
Yeah.
if it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But here are my here's why I resist this in concept in the first place.
Right.
First of all, if you're gonna do a Marvel Star Wars crossover, make it like the cosmic stuff in the first place.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Don't make it just it's Star Wars in the Marvel universe with all the Marvel superheroes. Like have it be it's Star Wars and Guardians or Star Wars and Silver Surfer or
Right.
like a character from Star Wars
Yeah.
meeting an appropriate character to cross over with. There's
Yeah.
there's no like clever concept in the pitch and the artwork. It's just everything. Okay, Star Wars has never had a big cross like this in comics that I can think of.
Nothing I can think of either.
It feels
no.
like the last gigantic major property that we've held on to that doesn't cross with things.
Yeah.
And if it has to, this isn't it, folks.
Well,
that's
and
my
it's not even
reservation
what it-
about it.
It's not even what it should be. Because when you hear, okay, Star Wars and Marvel is crossing over, what is the immediate first thing that comes to mind? Oh, okay, the Marvel characters in the Star Wars universe,
Yeah. So
right?
you're going to Tatooine. They're going to Hoth. You know.
The
That's what would
pitch
be
is
fun
a
about it.
remake. The pitch is a remake of A New Hope, but in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And I'd even take the
okay,
I'd even take like the inverse too. I would take like Han Solo landing in like the Baxter Building. I would take like Princess Leia sending R2D2 to Tatooine, but instead it lands in like it lands like the Daily Bugle or something.
See, that's really boring to me.
Right,
Like
right.
with respect, Chris.
Yeah, no,
just,
but
just because again, like there's more kind of
There's more you can do in space,
interesting
too.
crossover things to cross Star Wars with if you
Right.
have to cross Star Wars.
Yeah.
The only reason we're doing it with Marvel is because they own them both.
Yeah. And I'm just saying too that it's better than just doing like a straight remake of A New Hope,
Yeah.
And yeah, it would be better to have like because like the Marvel characters, there's enough cosmic folks and cosmic adjacent folks that you could make that work. That you have a lot to play around with. You have a lot to do, like have it be appropriate, and they're just
Well, the way I would do it if you have to do it
Mhm.
is it's a time travel story.
yeah,
Because Star Wars is supposed to be a long time ago.
yeah.
So just say somehow or rather they're in the same universe. Don't even have multiversal crossover.
Yeah, exactly.
Just,
yeah.
just have somebody. And again, I would make it a cosmic character,
Right.
but have like Silver Surfer get stranded. I'm stuck on Silver Surfer.
yeah.
He gets stranded millennia ago, and it's Star Wars. And wouldn't it be way cooler if you did this, and I'm not saying this was cool necessarily. It was mind blowing, and then you went, oh no, do we have to do this?
Yeah.
But hear me out. What I would do with it would be kind of a sleeper announcement in the back of a book where you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
So you do some kind of like Silver Surfer story or whoever it is, and there's sort of an after credit scene at the end of it where you turn the page and he shows up in the Star Wars universe. And you're like, what? Sort of like the yellow Watchmen button at the end of the Rebirth one shot.
Yeah,
do something like that.
Right.
If you're gonna do it.
How many issues do you think it'll take for us to have moments like Darth Vader and Doctor Doom meeting each other and being like, wow, we have similar outfits? Or Spider-Man and Luke Skywalker being like, wow, you live with your aunt and uncle because your parents died? That's interesting. Cool. That's like me.
Spider-Man's gonna show up and be like, you guys all look like you're from that old movie I saw once. I mean, here's the thing. You can't even cross a like modern day pop culture thing with Star Wars because and I mean I have this problem with other stuff, but especially Star Wars, it's just too influential to everything. Like the idea that the Star Wars universe, that the Marvel universe looks anything like it does, and Star Wars is not a fictional property, preposterous.
Well, especially when you look at like the MCU, where there's whole scenes where they're building like the Death Star out of Legos.
Right.
I mean, even though that's the MCU.
That's what I'm saying, is they'll just have to pretend like none of that stuff is there.
But Star Wars is also taking stuff from Kirby, too, so, like, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird all around.
Yeah, but, like, you don't see Luke Skywalker making, like, an Iron Man suit out of Legos.
And I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not a gigantic. You guys all know I'm not a gigantic Star Wars guy. I respect Star Wars. I enjoy some Star Wars stuff. So I'm the last person on Earth that should be purist about Star Wars.
Right.
I don't know what it is. It's the property I wish would never cross with anything.
Yeah.
It's hard to even explain why. I just don't want to see that.
Yeah, I mean, at least the artwork for that old, like Alex Ross, DC and Star Wars crossover looked cool.
Was that a thing?
Yeah, it was canceled, but that was like a thing that almost happened.
So it's like too good for this world,
It almost happened, but it fell through. But like, I can show you art after the show. It looks really cool, but like Chris said, this kind of just looks like stickers on a kid's backpack.
It does.
Well, even Star Wars in DC, just with the universes, makes slightly more sense to cross, just because DC is more the fantasy thing and Marvel is more the sci-fi thing. Star Wars is more of a fantasy property. Like,
I mean,
it's only the Marvel universe because they own them both.
Yeah, I mean, DC. Marvel has some fantasy characters, but not like...
No, I know, but I'm just saying,
not like
at
DC.
the core, what is much more fantasy and what is much more science fiction?
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have, like...
But
the Phantom Stranger would fit better in this world, you know?
Yeah, like, from a... And I'm not talking about myself, but from a like typical fanboy perspective, if you were ever going to cross Star Wars with anything at all, it would be Trek.
Yes.
Just because that's always been the big debate, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want that. I hope that never happens. But like, if it was only ever going to be one thing, like, I guess that would be the thing.
We just need a scene with like Mr. Spock discovering midi-chlorians. Like, Captain, there's this weird particle inside.
And even then, if you were going to do it with Star Trek, I would want it to be a time travel.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. We didn't talk about that last week.
The Enterprise shows up and be like, oh, we're just looking for some whales here. I don't see any whales here.
Austin, if you...
And then they bring Jabba back.
Yeah.
If you were going to cross Star Wars with anything, if you had to, like gun to your head, if it's reverse Russian roulette and there's only one empty bullet, what property would you cross Star Wars with?
Pink flamingos. I don't know.
No serious response.
Luke Skywalker, what are you eating? Oh no!
Yep.
You know what? If there's anybody that deserves force powers, it's Divine.
I agree.
And like I'm fine with the Star Trek crossing with stuff.
Yeah.
We've done tons of Trek crossovers.
Well,
a lot of them end up making so. We've crossed it with Green Lantern. It was
there's
pretty
been,
good.
I mean, there's been so many like X-Men.
We crossed it with X-Men.
Yeah, there's been like so many like Star Trek X-Men like crossover novels where they open.
There's not so many. There's one. There's one X-Men Star Trek crossover novel, and then there's a TOS one shot and with X-Men, and there's a TNG one, and that's it. That's all there was.
I just know like there's that panel
with so many copies of it.
Yeah, I just know there's
like,
that panel.
Technically, there is so many crossovers.
Yeah.
What's weird is that novel was a direct sequel to the TNG one shot.
Yeah, because doesn't it open with
which
like
was called Second Contact.
Yeah, which was like doesn't it open with like Picard be like, oh yes, that's Nightcrawler. I know that.
Yeah, no, they're all familiar with them.
Yeah. I just know there's that one panel with the two Dr. McCoys.
Yeah. I own both of those.
Of course.
And some of that art's fun.
Yeah.
It looks more fun than this looks.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know why it's Kevin Smith. It's so strange.
I
have no idea. Everything about
exactly
it is baffling to me.
I know exactly why it's Kevin Smith. Somebody thought like, hey, you know that scene in Clerks where they talk about the contractors on the Death Star? This guy knows Star Wars. That's probably all it is.
God, I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah, but you can't answer the why now question.
Because somebody just got around to it.
Why is this happening
now?
That's so weird.
I hope that book opens with Stanley and George Lucas meeting and talking about which of their worlds is better. And then we like put into the meeting.
I kind of feel like we're writing like
It'll totally be AI too.
I kind of feel like we're just writing like a much better crossover, one that just kind of realizes how ridiculous it is. It opens with
like they'll have AI write that scene.
Yeah. We'll just have like the scene where it's like, all right, we're gonna open with like Stanley and George Lucas fighting and
okay.
Or they're like pitching it. They're like, we're gonna pitch to Disney what our crossover would be.
George, you're gonna love this. It's gonna.
Well, apologies for stalling
Lucas
us out,
like,
but I just realized that we didn't talk about that last time. I'm sorry, what, Austin?
No, I was just saying, and then George Lucas is like, "Oh, Stan, I think we should make Silver Surfer a Gunga." Sorry.
Silver Surfer is the funniest Silver Surfer you ever had.
Okay. Anyway, Image has Terminal #2. Did we talk about this when it started? That is the most 90s Image looking book. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that guy. He's got all of his bullets like around his head.
Oh, it's this one. Yeah, this is
Kirkman, Joe Casey.
I think Kirkman's take on like an X-Men is what I heard this book is.
Yeah.
Well, that might be cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it looks very 90s. Spawns.
Well, now you got like his Punisher here.
Black Cat 13. Good God, how's that? I'm shocked that made it to 13.
Yeah.
So when that started, I said it would make it to 5. So I'm eating my hat on that. Gambit Wanted. And Gambit's getting another book pretty soon, too. Next level one shot #1. Look at this. It's a Deadshot one shot called One Shot with the Deadshot logo in it. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, I'll pick that up. I like Deadshot.
Yeah.
He only has one shot to survive, Austin.
It's true. One shot, two shot, red shot, blue shot. I'm excited to see what it's like.
He's not throwing away his shot.
Nightmare Harley Quinn is tomorrow. I just threw the Nightmare part myself. Corpse Night #5. Sorcerer Supreme. Why do we have a Marvel book called Sorcerer Supreme? Who is the Sorcerer Supreme in Sorcerer
It's like
Supreme?
Scarlet Witch now.
Wanda.
It's Scarlet Witch. Okay.
Steve Orlando really likes Wanda.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, look, we've all got,
Is anybody else surprised that book's not called Wanda Maximoff's Sorcerer Supreme?
A little.
a little bit, actually, yeah.
That's what that should be called. Image has a new creator-owned book coming out tomorrow called Hammer Fist. Look at this thing. This is a Rick Remender book.
Oh, wow.
Meet Mike Denton, a dirtbag hitman junkie. It's all about the hitman tonight, folks. An absentee father who spent his life chasing the easy fix. Drugs, cheap sex, and murder for money. While failing the one person who still believes he can be better, his daughter. Now on the eve of Black Noon, an ancient dark... I wish they didn't even explain what that was.
I know. Just Black Noon, yeah.
An ancient darkness that erases the light in all things. Mike has to... That just happens every so often.
Yes,
Mike has to drag himself out of the gutter, awaken a supernatural weapon powered only by love, and fight his way through the living embodiment of evil to save her. Reservoir Dogs collides with Evil Dead in a filthy crime story that mutates into a savage splatter horror nightmare from Rick Remender and Steve Epting.
Part of me feels like I had a stroke reading that. It's like
everything crosses with everything else.
It's a mafia hitman, but there's an evil darkness, and he's got to fight with the power of love.
It feels like 80s B-movie copy on the back of a VHS tape.
It's so ridiculous
the cover
enough
looks
that
like an 80s B-movie.
I
I
know.
love it. This is officially my favorite book.
I know, I want to read it too. I kind of feel like Roger Corman wrote this too. That Roger Corman was still alive.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And that main girl at the front looks like Blondie. Like, I'm sold.
Yeah, exactly.
DC has a book called Black Tower, The Raven Conspiracy tomorrow. There's a new What If, which I talked about last week, that I may or may not get. I've been kind of back and forth on these What Ifs, but it's a Cassandra Nova story. Queen in Black, Venom Unchained, Image Capes is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Conan 34, Superman Father of Tomorrow on number 4, which I'm excited about. Because that book's been wonderful past the first issue. Universal Monsters, Blood of the Wolfman, which Austin's been saying good things about. Ghost Pepper 14 is tomorrow. There's a lot tomorrow. Good Lord. Supernatural still has a series from Dynamite.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check that out.
X-Men Outback number 3, Tomb of Apocalypse. Like I said, I was a little tempted for a second, and then I'm like, yeah, but like it's just tie-in synergy. It's probably awful. I don't know who Ashley Allen is. Like I don't know anybody involved with this. I might flip through it at the store.
Yeah, just gotta see, but I can get a feel for it.
But I'm in an X-Men mood right now. I would love to want to buy X-Men right now.
Yeah.
You know, but I just don't. Fireborn from Image. I'm sorry, I'm just blowing through stuff.
No, I'm just saying they got to do a Power Bomb too. That I guess they're re-releasing, or do a Power Bomb Black and White. I don't know if that's a new series or
no, it'd be re-released.
Yeah.
Anytime it's black and white, Image and Marvel both do.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
It's just reprints. I mean, we could check, but it's probably just reprints.
Yeah.
Godzilla Conquers the Multiverse number 2. I think Austin said he's just not even bothering with those now.
No.
Yeah.
Save your money, sir.
Well, when you've got Roar of the Worlds on the other end, it's like
exactly.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
You can have your pickings with Godzilla right now.
Yeah.
There's good stuff. Hello Darkness is tomorrow. Predator versus Planet of the Apes. Austin, are you going to stay on that?
Maybe. I'm not really sure, just because it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but like
you sounded a little on the fence when you reviewed it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. That ROM issue is tomorrow.
Oh, look at that! Yeah. So they're finally putting it out where you don't have to see if you find it in a bag. I love that cover where he's standing on the steps. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy it because I don't care about ROM, but I mean, if I hear good things, I might read it down the road. I would love to buy everything Skybound, and if DC and Marvel both sucked at the same time, I would, by God.
Yeah.
I would. I'd be buying everything Skybound is putting out.
Yeah.
There is a universe where my collection gets bizarrely lopsided by toy tie-in books of toys I never played with.
The rest of me and also have to explain, like, okay, so that's Starscream, and he's his whole thing.
Oh,
he's the leader of the
dude,
Decepticons.
At this point, a decent percentage of my career with Austin since he's come on has been just him explaining Transformers.
It's true.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, my most hated book in years is tomorrow, My Morph Power Rangers #3, which I should drop. I should drop like a bad habit. I should have dropped it after 1. I should give that no more chances.
Right.
There's no chance that it gets any better. I don't think. I'm gonna buy at least one more issue, and the reason is because everybody seems amused when I talk about it, and B, my son Mikey read the first 2 issues and got mad at me for not liking it, and was like, "No, Dad, this is great," and like it's so offensively bad. I feel like I shouldn't even let him read it, but I
It's
am.
a child, you're wrong.
And
it's all right.
At least someone is getting some enjoyment out of it.
It's okay. It's an issue 3. Let me take this burden from you.
You got.
I'll take this bullet. I'll stay here.
Well played, sir.
Thank you.
Final bosses tomorrow. So I'm gonna buy the facsimile for Mirage Turtles #1. I put that on my pull, and it's $6.99 because it's oversized,
right?
Which is a little steep for a facsimile, but I'm gonna grab that. I say that, you know, a lot of facsimiles, believe it or not, actually go up a little bit in value.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah,
they end up being kind of high in demand because people will find out about them retroactively with a book that the first printing is worth like $240.
Yeah.
And they'll go, oh, well, there's a facsimile, I'll buy that, and it will go up in value because there's demand for it. It's like $20 versus, you know, $240.
Yeah.
But that's not why I'm buying this, of course. It's just that's one of my favorite single issues of all time.
Okay, yeah, I can see
and
that.
I don't have one, and someday I want a 3rd or 4th printing.
Yeah.
But I just haven't prioritized it and gone after one.
Right.
So that's a placeholder thing. But I've got to have a way to thumb through that as a single. It drives me crazy that I don't have.
I can see that too, because I've read it digital, but I don't have like a physical copy of that old East Miller.
Same here, and I've read it in trade, but I need that cover sitting on a shelf. That's very important to me. Speaking of facsimiles, they're continuing the Avengers GLA facsimiles. I kind of wish I had just kept those when I had them. I sold those on eBay a long time ago, the originals. But anyway, Masks Origins #1. Wow, the Shirley Johnson book is still going. I still say that should have been a miniseries. It's so weird that that's a monthly. I don't even understand that. That's a weird Spawn tie-in thing for folks. That
I almost got tricked into getting issue 1 because the cover I saw did not have a Spawn Universe book above it. And I was like, "What's this weird horror thing?" Oh, it's Spawn.
Yeah, and I've read the first 2 issues, and it's completely nonsensical, and it's as baffling and makes as little sense as
Spawn
all of the
Spawn,
90s stuff.
Yeah,
but like
throwback.
it's way more 1995 than anything they've put out in a while. Like it's pretty wild.
All I know is that Todd McFarlane said that one day Spawn will do something, and hopefully that happens.
That's not exactly what he said.
It's not, but it kind of is.
Witchblade Vampirella. That looks kind of fun. And then I'll just scroll down, and here's all the other crazy stuff coming out tomorrow. It's a big week, folks.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big week. Oh, I want to mention real quick that starting next week, we're actually going to have to move the regular day for the stream because of stuff that Jason's got going on, and I've got to drive him to things. So starting next week, the show is going to be on Mondays instead of Tuesdays. So we'll still look at the books coming out on Wednesday, and you'll actually have a couple of days to maybe get it on your pull, and then or at least know what's coming. And then Tuesday nights I'll be off if I'm not doing a Patreon show, and then Wednesday will now be Captain Logan show or new movie reviews like we've been doing. So I just want everybody to know that those days are going to be flipped. Braden says it's incredibly entertaining watching you talk about it. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying that because
Enjoy his suffering.
It just pisses me off. Anyway, it's absolutely painful. Austin, let's talk about some books that we got last week.
Yeah.
Last week was not a gigantic week for me, so this should be, for me anyway, pretty quick. And I think we probably only have like one cross between us, maybe two.
I think so. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I only have 5 to talk about. I had a couple more, but there were books I'm a couple issues behind, so I just didn't have a chance to catch up on all of them.
That's about how many I have. Yeah. Did you get Daredevil?
Yes.
Okay, so we have 2. I did not catch up on Daredevil, but because I've not been reading this, I decided to just go ahead and read this issue, just to see where it's at. Because I was like, when am I gonna finally sit down and catch back up on this? So I did read that, but I'll let you talk more about it because I'm not caught up on this.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Daredevil. Well, because last issue, the main cop, there was like 2 detective, like their duo that was investigating Omen, and one of them found his partner dead. And this issue was him reacting to that and Daredevil talking to him. And then he finally goes and fights Omen, and he uses the thing that Spider-Man told him to do, which is to turn off all of his senses except for one, which, like I said, in that Spider-Man issue, I feel like is weird because I don't think this is the first time Daredevil's had to do something like that.
It's definitely
especially like
not.
Yeah.
It's definitely not, because like Muse also doesn't react to his senses. I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah, that feels like just a maneuver he would have in his back pocket. I don't know why Spider-Man had to explain that to him.
Yeah.
And I don't know why Spider-Man
that
would
is-
figure
yeah.
that out any faster than Daredevil would.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know why
No
why
idea.
Spider-Man has to mentor with him with that. That's very perplexing to me.
They're friends. People like them together, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. This book's just kind of all right. I don't know if I'm gonna keep picking it up because it's not like amazing or anything.
Yeah. Having
But,
read just 1 in 5 and not the issues in between, my first inclination was to drop it.
Yeah.
And like you said,
I was thinking
it's
about
not
that after
bad.
4, where I was like, I like this book fine, but I don't know that I need to keep reading it.
I liked the covers and the artwork more than I'm liking the story, and particularly the dialogue writing, which again isn't just like straight up bad. There's something a little off about it sometimes.
Yeah, there's like little moments where it's slightly off, but it's definitely carried really hard by the art. The art looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have 29 other books on my pull, I would be more inclined to hang on to it because I'm just desperate for anything decent Marvel.
Yeah.
And it sucks when this is some of the best they seem to be offering right now. Admittedly, not. I'm not trying a ton because I keep getting burned with it, but just with the few things I've liked from them lately, Iron Man is definitely rungs above this. I'll say that. I haven't not continued with it, but that first arc was quite good. But I mean, if this was the offering for Daredevil, back when they were firing on a lot more cylinders, circa say like 2013, 2014, I probably wouldn't even be reading Daredevil.
No, I agree.
I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, and this book's like selling like weirdly well.
Yeah.
Like I saw recently, I think it was the top 10 best-selling issues of last month, and it was like number 3.
Yeah.
It was really high.
But I will say, I was going to say maybe some of that is Born Again, but the numbers for Born Again have not been great.
No.
I know part of it too is the writer's really active on like social media, and she's done like a lot of stuff to talk about if you're trying to break into the comics industry. And so
well, and I was going to say, I don't like that writer typically.
Yeah.
And so like it is a compliment to her that I even bought more than one issue of this. Like it was good enough, but I don't like all due respect, I don't think she's a particularly good writer.
And
But
I only know her for this. Like,
seems to be improving based on this. But
Some of her indies, I've read a lot of her indie stuff, which is
she killed Ninja Turtles, just killed it.
I haven't read her
well, and
Ninja
she's
Turtles
married to the writer of our feature.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not sure if they're
really?
actually married or if they're just dating, but yeah,
Unless I'm remembering
Oh, I
this
don't know.
wrong,
I don't
that's
know
not
anything
the
about
same
it.
writer.
Everyone's
But
married to
oh
me.
no, this is Stephanie. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I was thinking of a different writer.
yeah.
That's not the writer I thought it was.
No, I mean,
I feel like I've read something by her I didn't like, but I don't remember what it was.
I mean, she's done her. I mean, her Phoenix stuff was. I mean, it was all. No, I didn't hate it, but like some of her indie stuff I've read, which has actually been pretty decent. But
I don't know why I thought that's who that was for a
Yeah.
second. Apologies, that was dumb.
she apparently she's gotten like Brian Azzarello into Warhammer. That's something at least.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems like a cool lady.
Yeah, like I said, she has a kind of a big following on social media because she talks a lot about the industry. And if you're like a upcoming writer, like she has a lot of great advice for bringing into it too. So that might be part of it.
Yeah.
So
Except I don't think when it comes to with all respect, Chris,
Yeah.
I doubt that has anything to do with it at all.
that's
I really do. Like I get that
Right.
that you follow writers a lot and you know more about like personal things they're doing.
yeah.
Writers,
Gay Brian
when they're-
Azzarello to Warhammer.
writers, unless they're Jonathan Hickman,
Yeah,
do not sell Marvel books anymore.
I mean that's
They just
true,
don't.
Yeah,
I like they have so little heavy hitters and so few creators with clout over there now
I mean that's true.
that
Yeah.
if something suddenly catches, it's usually because either it's somebody that doesn't usually work over there or hasn't been doing a lot, like a Joshua Williamson.
Yeah.
Or it's just a like cover or premise or something that kind of surprises people.
Right.
And so with Daredevil, I think it was just my best guess is it's just the look of that book.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've also seen a lot of that, like her promoting it online, just like in the wild. Like I think that did help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where people are like, "Oh, this is a new Daredevil book. Like I'll go check this out."
Yeah, I
and
didn't
like-
know about that.
Even if you're not necessarily like a big social media person,
Well, I thought it was a completely different writer.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I don't know why I thought that for a minute.
Yeah, so I mean, especially when you have like Marvel, which doesn't have like the big
Nobody
names it
listen to
used
me. I'm stupid.
Especially like we have like Marvel, which doesn't have the big names like it used to. Somebody who's got like a little bit of marketing savvy too. I mean,
Well, that's because they pay you like you're working at Taco Bell.
I mean, that's true too. Yeah, yeah. I've heard stories like Marvel editors where they see like the big writers and then they see just like some journeyman, where it's like, cool, there's like a couple extra zeros on this paycheck that aren't over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And still probably not as many as there should be.
No, exactly, yeah. Especially for something owned by the Walter Elias Disney Corporation.
But yeah, Austin, I was kind of surprised that there wasn't more of a revelation about the prophecy stuff, or not the prophecy, but the like the future. What am I trying to say?
Yeah, premonition.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we get bits of that in the first couple issues. At least, I think maybe in the first issue.
I feel like it was building to more of a big reveal about that than you even had.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I really thought you were going to get to the last page and there was going to be like some kind of shocking, vision that we get to see, and you didn't get that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of just talking about colors. Like,
which sucks because Matt can't even see colors.
Yeah,
no, yeah.
like the ominous in the future there's red and there's all these colors, and I'm like, oh, all right, and I don't know what to glean from that.
Yeah,
okay.
Matt's like, that's not funny.
You're gonna team up with Vision someday.
Oh.
Yeah, I was trying to think of precognition and I just could not think.
I was gonna say Scarlet Witch and Daredevil, two Marvel characters that dress in red, lost their vision.
Exactly, it's tragic.
Well, I thought it was funny, and I totally get that it would be text to talk, but I thought it was really funny that Foggy kept complaining that Matt wasn't looking at his text messages.
That's kind of funny,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good.
Anyway, Austin, tell us a little bit about the other book we both bought, Absolute Green Arrow.
Absolute Green Arrow has them fight Solomon Grundy, who is like a Lovecraftian monster in this universe.
He's got
because, of
eyeballs
course-
all over him.
and he like grows into like weird tentacles and stuff.
Yeah. I need to get a comic so
He's nuts.
yeah.
and no, it's crazy. And we see a little bit more of what Hector Hammond is doing, and we finally see kind of what happened to Oliver Queen, which is also messed up. And it's mostly a lot of action in this issue.
Yeah, and we're still, even by issue 4, left trying to figure out who the heck the actual Green Arrow killer is. And I thought it might be revealed by now, or we might have a much better sense of it. And we at least know that at this point it can't be Oliver Queen.
Unless he's an undead
Unless
ghost.
it is actually a ghost,
But
Oliver
also-
Queen, which it's not.
I don't know how I don't know how that would work with the cliffhanger of this issue. But I assume the cliffhanger of next issue will probably be where they reveal who it is.
Yeah, probably so.
And it's probably Roy. I
Probably.
think he disappears and then Green Arrow shows up. It's probably Roy.
See, I keep thinking it's going to be somebody we haven't even met yet, but then I'm like, what would that reveal be? Because we've used so many Green Arrow characters I know.
Yeah.
Like, unless I hadn't had this thought, unless they do the Phantasm thing and it's female and it's like Shadow or somebody.
Or it's like Absolute Mixelplick.
You know what?
That would be nuts. Well, there's so much precedent in Absolute for big character reveals to be like characters that are not traditionally related to the property you're reading. So it could totally be somebody else's villain or somebody else's hero even.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But I really liked, like you said, the kind of Lovecraftian nature of it. I like how twisted and creepy and messed up all of the mad science is. They went even farther with that than I kind of expected them to. And I like the sort of revelation that Oliver Queen is indeed as good of a guy as we were kind of hoping he was. That was kind of my favorite thing about this issue is they kind of prime you for hold on to your seats because you're going to find out that he's actually really awful, and then the flashback tells us the opposite, and I was like, that's pretty great.
Yeah, no, it is very like classic Oliver Queen in that he did some things and is like making amends for everything. And like with him, obviously, it's not even like he necessarily did stuff, but like you have all that his like business partner where he wasn't as quick to the draw with that. But it is like I agree. It's cool that we get more of that here, where it's just he was just trying to do the right thing.
He's kind of tragic in that his reputation got ruined for just by association for something that he had nothing to do with. And that's very realistic.
Exactly.
And I just like all the discussion about the real kind of nuanced, complex shades of gray discussion about how if you're a wealthy person that really cares about people, you're real kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't. And there's this assumption from society at large that you're the problem, but you have all these resources and like you want to help and you should be helping. And like people almost just won't even allow you because they're blaming you for everything, and yet you have the resources to maybe help fix some problems. And like I've said before, I really like that it's critical of both sides of all of the arguments it's dealing with.
Yeah, for sure. And then this issue, like I said, also is more so let's see Solomon Grundy kick everyone's ass.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm
He's
still
real
latching
fun.
onto the social commentary of this
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like you said, there's still a bit of it. I just didn't think there was as much here. But like I said, it's more like the action issue. So I'm not even complaining. Like we kind of had to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not either. But like the one conversation we have about it in that flashback,
Yeah.
like really jumped out to me and was kind of my favorite thing in that issue.
I mean, it's a pretty smartly written
for sure.
series too, and really nuanced with a lot of the stuff it's tackling. And now,
which again I'm surprised by because it came out swinging in the first issue, and I thought I was going to hate it. Like the first 5 or 6 pages, I was like, I don't know if I can do this, and it's turned into maybe my second favorite Absolute book so far. We'll see if it sticks the landing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't even know where I would put it. Honestly,
a lot of it's just kind of atmosphere and art and stuff as I'm reading it. Like I just get excited about it in a way.
Yeah.
I don't, some of the others.
Well, we're just so far into some of them where it's like, how do I even compare this to say like Superman or Wonder Woman, where like I feel like we've been on huge adventures at this point.
You really can't.
Like they've changed so much. Like it's so hard for me to put it back into perspective.
I'm comparing right now is my own personal anticipation, where this is the
one
that
course.
I'm really stoked to pop open, and with Superman and Wonder Woman, like I still put them toward the front of my stack because I am excited to read those. But I just gotta find that it's superficial. I just gotta find that 1 or 2 page spread of him doing his pose.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't gotten that in the last 2 issues. I feel like I was more in the first 2.
That's true, but he still looks great.
It is a cool design. We love Oliver Queen's ghost.
Yep, we do. Love the green phantasm there.
Okay, I already talked about these, so I don't feel like I have to do too much more on this with this Kingdom of Zod thing, and I'm not even caught up on it because there's one more issue. So I was gonna say if I get more of this, I guess I will because I put another one on my poll. So 3 and 4 will have come out by the time we do more comic reviews next week. So I'll get back to this. At the moment, I don't know if I want to say I'm recommending this or not. Like I said, if you've not been reading Superman for a while and you kind of want to see what the status quo is at the moment, it's a commitment, but it's probably a good place to come back, more or less, because you find out where literally every character related to Superman is right now and what they're all doing. It is way too big of a cast. Like I've never loved having this many Kryptonians and Superman adjacent characters being around and dealing with stuff at the same time. But like I'm liking everybody well enough. And I say that like I'm glad Steel's still there. Like, and they brought Steelworks back and they put it in Smallville. That's kind of fun. Like there's a lot of my favorite things that have come back and they've kind of repositioned and put in different places. The Eradicatrix is goofy. I kind of like her design though.
No, when I saw that, I immediately sent a picture to Cap, like, "Oh my god, you're not gonna believe this!" Because I had to look it up. I was like, "Okay, is this a thing? Or is this like introduced here?" It's not. It is introduced.
If they put her on a cover, I gotta have that cover.
Yeah,
it's like that's insane.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Oh, Austin, are you still reading If Destruction Be Our Lot? Or have you been getting
I haven't
this?
even read the first issue. Okay. I bought the first issue on your guys' recommendation, and haven't
are you getting this?
I fell off. I need to get the next couple. I need to get 3 and 4 because I liked 1 and 2. I like 1 and 2 quite a bit.
You don't even have 3. I'm disappointed.
I got 3. No, I'm failing. Look, I bought 1 and just threw off my entire game. I hit 3. It's like, oh no.
Well, I'll just mention this real quick. I'm still loving this. I don't have a lot to say about it that I haven't already said because it's kind of more of the same. I feel like we're focused on all the same stuff. It's a robot Abraham Lincoln who is the most human of all of the robots and machines in this post-apocalyptic future where ostensibly all the humans are gone, and he's kind of wrestling with his own humanity or lack thereof while chasing down the one human that he has suddenly discovered that is running off and doesn't want anything to do with him, and he's trying to figure out what she's about. And it's been a lot of kind of exploring this world and world building, and it feels like 4 issues in, I gotta say, I don't want to say it's dragging. I was kind of surprised by how little was done in this issue versus the last issue. I don't think it reads great month to month, and there's a part of me that almost wants to stack it. And it also initially read like a premise that ought to be a miniseries, but it's an ongoing, and I'm wondering just how far it's gonna go, like how many issues this is gonna end up getting.
Right.
Because I could see it getting too long in the tooth, or I could see it like really expanding and going to places I'm not expecting, and maybe taking Abraham Lincoln to space. I mean, I guess all kinds of crazy things it might do. But right now, month to month, I keep having this, especially with 3 and 4. I say compared to the last issue. The last issue gets more done, but even with that one, I had a little bit of a, is this it? Is this all I get this issue? Which is a testament to how good it is. Like, I just kind of wish I had all of it or a lot more of it together as I'm reading it. And so that's my only complaint in singles. I'm glad I'm getting the singles because I really love the kind of sci-fi novel throwback kind of covers. It's such a pretty book, and there's breathtaking landscapes and stuff. We finally get onto the surface in this issue, because we've been underground the whole time, and so we get up, we out of that and get to see kind of the barren wasteland now. And that was kind of exciting. Reminded me a lot, Austin, of when we finally go to the surface of the planet in Transformers 1. For whatever reason, I was having kind of that vibe with it. But anyway, so I recommend this, but I think a lot of people will want to wait for trade on it, probably. So anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I really do need to catch up on that.
It's great, and the way it integrates Lincoln quotes is really creative and clever. Okay, the last thing that's new from last week that I got is Ninja Turtles 21, The City That Never Dies.
Oh yes, yes,
yeah. My review of this is, I think we might have gone a little too far in some places. I was having big reservations with 20 about all the characters, about just the kind of status quo we're at, where we have this open door to easily resurrect anybody we want to. And that reservation continues. You've got on really both sides, like the turtle side with Splinter's wife, who has been resurrected and is still around. She's got a piece of this like supernatural door knocker thing that can be used to tap into the afterlife and bring people in. And the Baxter Stockman got his hands on part of that and built a machine that taps into the afterlife and can bring people over. And it's a whole lot of that. And I also feel like there's some characters that are just kind of, I see some characters, I feel like Raphael's a little bit out of character in this. He gets really angry with Shang Chen for quote unquote killing Casey Jones' mom, which is not at all what happened. And they talk about that that's not at all what happened. And I get that he's impulsive and gets real emotional about stuff, but like even that seemed too far for him, where it's like Shang Chen is not supposed to be here, and the fact that she is here has like really messed with the celestial realm and is kind of like, you know, like rockin' reality. And so it makes sense that when Casey Jones' mom was coming through from the afterlife, she would push her back and not let her come in. That's not killing her. That's taking a soul that doesn't belong here and putting it back in the afterlife. I don't understand why Raphael's upset about that. And so because he's mad about that, and the whole like Casey Jones is supposed to kill him in the future thing and all of that. His first reaction is to go to the Foot Clan and make it easier for them to tap into all this. And I don't know why he did that. And that whole thing is bizarre. The weirdest thing in this. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I remember what it is now. The weirdest thing in this is what we do with Baxter Stockman, because Baxter Stockman uses his machine to bring his father through, who died, who he apparently hates, and I feel like they were a little bit mysterious about what his backstory is with his dad. Maybe there's stuff I'm not remembering, because this series goes all the way back to 2010, but he resurrects his father just to kill him again, because he like this Baxter Stockman has always been real sadistic and like the ultimate narcissist and like real vain, and he's upset that his father died and he wasn't there to see it happen and he didn't get to pull the trigger, so he's going to over and over again kill his father to get to watch the look on his face when his father dies. But that's not the weirdest thing.
Right.
The weirdest thing is that his father's name is Dexter Morgan Stockman.
Okay. Wow.
So I don't know Yang is just a gigantic Dexter fan.
Yeah.
He made Baxter Stockman's father's name the name of Dexter from the TV show Dexter.
This is my dad.
It's very strange.
This is my dad, Tony Soprano Stockman. This is my dad. Have you met my father, Walter White Stockman? Oh.
Isn't that odd?
Yeah, it's odd. Yeah, that's...
So, anyway,
Dark Passage.
There's some good action in this. I'm liking the art a lot. It's okay. I don't know how I feel about some of that supernatural stuff. And I've never been a giant fan of the Pantheon and all of that. We've been stuck in that place for a while now. I'm kind of ready to get away from the supernatural stuff and get more to, the kind of down to earth street levels. Oh, and also Shredder shows up. And we've been sort of waiting for that to happen since he's been back in his own book for a while. And that was kind of lame, because he shows up just to kind of point fingers and be like, "This is all bad. She shouldn't be here." And then that was kind of it. So I don't know. It was a little anticlimactic. Anyway, Austin, what books did you get last week?
What do I want to jump off of? You mentioned Shredder, which is Dan Waters. I will start with my Dan Waters book. So I heard that Tom Taylor's Nightwing wasn't great, but I've heard that Dan Waters' Nightwing book is really good. So I picked up the most recent issue, which is 141. And I read that. And I think he's only like... No, I think he's only in like six issues in or something. I need to go back and
did you say 141?
Yeah, 141.
I'm looking for it. Okay.
Unless I have the issue.
No, I found it. You're good. I found it.
Yeah.
It just took.
Yeah, where it's him like in front of like a courtroom.
Well, I probably found a variant cover, but whatever.
Yeah.
I found a cover.
I think there's one too where he's like shouting no.
No, that's the courtroom. Yeah. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
But yeah, so I read that, and it was really good. People are correct. The Nightwing book right now is great. Like I said, I need to go back and catch up. So where this issue is that I guess in previous issues there was like some sort of witch villain that messed with Nightwing while he was driving his Nightwing mobile, which looked awesome.
Yeah.
And he crashed, and it caused this huge pile up, and like 9 civilians died. And the city obviously very angry about that. And the mayor is having this big press conference, and she's like, okay, at exactly this time, I'm going to make like a declaration that Nightwing has to turn himself in, and he's agreed that he will do that. So we're at this press conference, and there's the big crowd, and Dick Grayson's in the crowd, and he's getting ready to reveal himself that he's Nightwing and be arrested and go to trial. And the Justice League's lawyer shows up and is like, "Hey, you can't do that, because the second you do that, it starts a chain, and eventually, like, it's going to take out a ton of the other heroes. Like, the first one that will go is Batman. Like, we know that you're Nightwing. Obviously, Bruce Wayne is connected to you in some way. Yeah, it's going to start a whole chain, so you can't do that." So most of the issue is Dick Grayson trying to work out exactly what he's going to do, whether he's going to out himself or not. And he's seeing people in the crowd that are kind of giving stories of their experiences with Nightwing, which is really cool because we flash back to their stories, and they're all from different eras of Nightwing.
Okay, that sounds cool.
And all of that was really cool. And they like go straight into that artwork, like that look too. And all of that was really cool. And yeah, it's a big moral dilemma of what Dick Grayson's going to do. And it gets more complicated. And I'm very excited to see what happens next. It does wrap up like his choice with this, but there's, like I said, kind of more to it.
I feel like if you jump into any random ongoing at DC right now, there's probably a 7 out of 10 chance it's decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dan Waters did Dark Patterns too, which I think we all really liked.
And it has that feeling of Batman, but for Nightwing.
Yeah.
Like it feels exactly like what you would expect the Dark Patterns writer to do with Nightwing. It's really cool.
Is he still in Bloodhaven?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I do want to point out too that somebody in the comments thought you had said that was Nightwing Sum 41, which is appropriate because it sounds like Nightwing is in too deep.
He is in too deep, yeah.
He might even get
with
a fat
witchcraft.
With witchcraft.
Okay, I'm done letting Chris look at the comments. Austin, what is next, sir?
Next up, I've got Absolute Flash number 18. And I'll also just throw out, because I also read 17 today because I was an issue behind. And the ending of that issue with Grodd and his father is amazing. But for Absolute Flash 18, this issue is we find out that Thawne is working with Brainiac and sends
crazy
Hunter Zolomon to take down the Flash. And his whole thing is really cool because it's like he exists within like 2 minutes. He exists now, he exists a minute in the past and a minute in the future. So he basically just shows up and kicks the hell out of Wally.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's also teamed up with this wizard guy that Brainiac like souped up, and he turns like everyone into monsters, and all of that's really cool. And the guy that runs the like children's like homeless shelter kind of thing that they stay at, who I somehow like completely missed, was Elongated Man until this issue, and I only caught it because I don't even know if he dies or not. He might be dead, he might be alive, but if he's dead, he gets killed by like body horror Elongated Man stuff, where his body like stretches out like rubber, and it's crazy. It's really cool.
Did he already have that power, or was he just that guy?
No, he's just that guy. He's Ralph Dibny.
Well, then chances are that was his origin.
Maybe, but it also looks like he's dead by the end of that section. So I don't know. He might just be dead. I mean, there's also the Elongated Man. Like, I don't think they'll care that much if, they just immediately take him off the board.
No, that sounds like the kind of character that Absolute might just wipe off immediately. But then you never know with Absolute.
Yeah, exactly.
They just as easily could give him his own book.
Probably, yeah.
No, exactly. Well, and like the other Teen Titans, I guess, are going to be in this book soon. So there's going to be other hero stuff.
Yeah, what is Absolute Raven going to be like?
Probably horrifying. What is Absolute Trigon gonna be?
That's why I asked that.
Considering
Yeah.
what they did with Solomon Grundy and like Poison Ivy, what kind of like Lovecraftian cosmic horror monster is
and Scarecrow?
Yeah, Scarecrow.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's gonna be horrifying. But no, I've been really digging Absolute Flash. I feel like it's really hit into that kind of Ultimate Spider-Man feel in the last several issues, and I dig it. And then my last issue is G.I. Joe number 25, which was awesome. And it's like paying off a bunch of stuff that they've been setting up for, I don't know, like the last like a year, if not more. Where, yeah, I feel like a year ago we revealed that the guy who is like the commander that controls G.I. Joe, because he's got two teams. He's got like G.I. Joe and Night Force. And we reveal that he's Zartan, who's a G.I. Joe villain. And so you kind of have like that Winter Soldier thing of like, oh, they're like already infiltrated by the bad guys. But then mixed with like Civil War, where it's all based around he frames one of the G.I. Joe members, and now G.I. Joe and Night Force have to like fight each other, and it's really cool. I'm really digging it. And I'm super excited to see where this arc goes, because I have no idea. And it also has a great cutaway to Cobra Commander, where he gives this woman basically like Mysterio powers, and she kills a bunch of random henchmen, and Cobra Commander's like, good, her powers work, and Destro's like, did you really need to do that? It's pretty funny.
My kids and I did a hybrid Power Rangers G.I. Joe Heroes of the Grid game the other day, and we beat Cobra Commander.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
That's pretty great, yeah.
Anyway.
It's always good when you beat Cobra Commander. He's an asshole.
Kind of is, yeah.
Just the level of quality that Energon stays at. Like, how many times have you reviewed a single issue of a Skybound book in that universe, and you were like disappointed or like really down on it?
I think probably the most was just that second issue of Mask, where I was like, I mean, this is pretty good, but like, I don't know what Mask is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little hard for me to I know some of these characters. I feel like that's probably the closest.
Like, of what I've read, not a lot of dips, man. Like, it really stays at a level.
And we've read like some of the stuff on the show here too.
And it's not like it's all the same guy.
No, exactly. No, and it goes beyond just this world too. Like the Universal Monster books are some of my favorite things to pick up every month.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
So Kirkman, my hat's off to you, sir. You're killing it.
I wish those Energon books were selling better, and I mean, like, they're obviously doing well enough to keep like a whole line going, but I don't think they've ever cracked the top 50, and they ought to.
Yeah, I think Transformers was, but I think it's only that.
And probably real early, because it didn't last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but I don't think any of the others have. Yeah,
I was listening to a video about that the other day, and I was kind of disappointed that didn't come up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I don't follow the sales stuff, but like
there's not
what I
do follow either, unfortunately. Yeah. Like we don't have the numbers we used to have. So even like the top 50 list was probably only between a few stores. So it's really hard to say how accurate that is throughout the country.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. It seems to be going well enough for them.
Well, and it's got to be outselling Spawn, and somehow McFarlane's able to keep 6 or more of those going every month.
Yep.
He's got to be doing that at a loss.
Yeah, you would think. Especially some of that.
Gotta be.
Was it like Shirley Johnson?
Yeah.
Is anyone buying that?
I don't see how anybody's buying that. I don't. I mean, I know I keep saying this. I don't see how he's selling 2 gunslingers
Yeah.
a month.
That was the other thing I thought of. Like, it makes me think of
Maybe
when you
one.
hear comic stores where they're like, oh, people come in and they're like, should I be reading this Batman book or that Batman book? And they're like, I don't know. They're both Batman. Like, I don't know what
Yeah,
to
exactly.
tell you. Like, I don't know. Like,
You want some Batman?
you
Want
know,
some
like,
tech?
And like some of the number ones will get some good press and some good word of mouth. Like people were kind of excited about She Spawn. I don't know how well that sold or if people kept going with it. It's just a miniseries. But like that first issue probably did okay. And there's been a lot of buzz about Spawn 77. I'm not really sure why, except just it's the prototype outfit that like people are familiar with because McFarlane's shared that art a lot, and I I I have a feeling that's actually going to do really well, and I'm going to buy it
yeah.
just because it's weird.
But every other Energon book that's not Transformers also has like a million letters that's like, I only know what Transformers is, but that book's so good I tried other things. And this is also good.
Well, I know we've said this a lot, but he was so smart to start that whole line with a new made up property.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't feel like anybody else on the planet would have handled it that way.
No. No, you wouldn't. You probably wouldn't do a made-up property at any point when you have those IPs.
Sure, yeah. Much less to open with.
And we still haven't done a huge crossover. It's like really shocking.
Which was kind of to say, and tell me if you think I'm reading too far into this, Austin. I feel like that was his way of saying, in starting with Void Rivals, that's what we're talking about. I feel like that was his way of saying we're handling this line like creator-owned books.
I can see that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And I know in his letter for when he took on Transformers, he also had that like, I didn't necessarily want to do Transformers.
Right.
Yeah.
I passed it off like I'm more into my creator owned thing too. So like it also gave him an excuse to have his own book in that world, but then he took on Transformers anyways.
Yeah. I know Hickman's somebody who's not Hickman.
And he's not going to phone it in if he's going to agree to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Kirkman, sorry, I said Hickman. Kirkman's very much like a huge proponent of like creator owned stuff, and he's even said that like when he's worked on like a Marvel property, and even though he's had like his quills with editorial too, that he always saves his best ideas, his best stuff for stuff that he owns, which I can see,
Well, the lines get blurred when he's got the keys to a licensed kingdom like that.
Yeah, exactly too.
Yeah, I don't even know how that would work with Void Rivals. Like,
yeah, that could be.
Does he own that when they lose Hasbro? Like, I don't know.
It's kind of surprising Hasbro even let him do something like that. Like, you got to wonder what that contract looks like.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Kirkman signing a contract where he doesn't get the rights to those characters back. He's always worked for Image. He owns everything he's ever made since he left Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, exactly.
I would assume. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I've never had that thought before.
Yeah.
Like, what does he...
What's it in for him, basically, yeah.
But I could also see it in that he has such a foundation of that stuff that he got a chance to work on this IP stuff, and he went, I can have one book that like they keep at the end of the day. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, between like Walking Dead and Invincible, he is kind of sitting on like a couple different gold mines too, so he's at least got like some job security there.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's more just the principle of the thing, where it's like, if he really loves those characters and doesn't want to see somebody, mess him up, or, again, just on principle, make a bunch of money without him.
Yeah.
With that stuff, I have a hard time seeing him sign a contract where he doesn't get those characters back. Even if it's, you wouldn't have the rights to any of the Hasbro stuff if you did more stuff with them. Kind of an Angela situation. where like he could go off and do a create your own thing later, where he like maybe he starts it over, and you know it doesn't include Quintessons and Transformers and stuff, but
Yeah, like you can reboot it into the Invincible world or something in 10 years.
yeah, just its own
Yeah,
thing,
maybe.
you know.
Yeah. I know. I would love to know kind of the ins and outs of that and their Universal deal. Because with every book with that, I'm like, am I
Yeah.
going to lose this? Like,
Yeah.
are we running out? Like, should I be concerned?
Yeah, if I ever meet him, that actually might be the thing I ask him.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, I can't talk about
He's
it,
like,
or they'll shoot me.
Are you going to outright own Void Rivals?
Right.
Yeah.
If you ever left that. Other stuff I bought last week, like back issues. I got a couple what ifs because we did a what if last time, and I actually found a couple I was pardon me from volume 2 that I was missing. Here is what if 61. What if Spider-Man's parents destroyed his family? That was one I didn't have. Austin said that's just Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, basically.
And what if number 53, and I don't even know what these concepts are, it's just 3 bone-chilling tales of alternate realities. One of them is something with Spider-Man and the Lizard in chains, and one of them is Hulk versus Grey Hulk, and then one of them looks like something to do with War Machine. So I don't know what's going on there.
What if Spider-Man fought the Lizard in chains? What if Hulk fought Grey Hulk again? And what if War Machine?
Just what if War Machine? Yeah.
What if War Machine?
I'm going for a complete collection of Batman adventures. Save a first printing of 12 because I don't know that I'm ever gonna want to spend the $600 or $700 to have the first appearance of Harley Quinn. I don't know if I care that much, and I've got a facsimile of that, so that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
But I got a few issues of this, and these were $5 apiece. And I bought these at a flea market, and the guy actually had more issues that I was missing. He had most of what I was missing, but I just didn't want to drop $100 on this that day because I'm actually saving up for some other comics right now. So I strategically placed those, Chris, in a box.
Okay.
They're hoping that they'll be in the same place when I go back.
Play the long game there.
And not in like a deceptive way. That guy has his boxes laid out where they're in no particular order.
Yeah.
Like they're not alphabetized at all.
Right.
And so he's got like $5 boxes, $10 boxes, priced as marked, and then a bunch of like $2 boxes.
Yeah.
And so I could put those anywhere in that $5 box.
Yeah.
And so I strategically placed them. Anyway, so I got 2. This is only a 36 issue series, and I'm about halfway there. There's 5. I've always really liked a lot of these covers.
Yeah.
This is, of course, all the Batman TAS stuff. Here's a cool Riddler cover.
Actually, which issue is that?
This is 10.
Because I've heard that I think it's 10 that's considered one of like a completely like super underrated Riddler story.
Oh, cool.
Because that's the one where he's got the riddle that Batman solves that he retires.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Which I did.
I've not read that yet.
I have read that like just it was a while back, but when I heard that was this like kind of undiscovered gem, I went and kind of sought that on the apps. Yeah.
Is it the gem that he's trying to steal right here?
As a matter of fact.
Oh, okay. RJ Godzilla, what if War Machine mattered?
It's coming right for Rhodey there,
Wow.
too.
And then the last back issue I got last week, this is the most expensive thing I bought. It was $15. I'm still on my stupid Spawn kick, you guys. I got a Virgin variant of 302, which is the first full appearance of She-Spawn, who I've been collecting pretty hard. So I had to get that. That was in that same booth. And that's about what it's worth. I didn't get a deal on this or anything, but I didn't overpay for it
Yeah.
either. And it's a nice variant. And I think I have enough She Spun covers now to fill one of my racks. I've got these 15 comic racks, and I like to have enough of a thing that it'll go in one of those.
Yeah.
So I think I've got 15 She Spun covers now. Or really close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so there's stupid things
How do
I'm
they
doing.
track if a comic is a virgin comic?
What's that?
Said, how do they track if it's a virgin comic?
Virgin just means it doesn't have words on the front.
Oh, okay.
That's what those.
Were you
variants
thinking
are.
they're being like
So
really judge?
if it's missing the title, that's a virgin variant. And
okay, I didn't know that.
And that's most virgin variants are just one of the variants that they already have, but without the words. You very rarely, if ever, get one where they only printed it as a virgin variant. And what's goofy about it is they're always worth more. They're very often worth more, and from the start, it's like people go after those, and I don't know why. Sometimes it's kind of fun to have them. Like, there are certain images that look cooler clean without a title. But I don't go out of my way for them, generally speaking. So, like, if the main one had been sitting next to the virgin one, I probably would have bought the one with the title on it. But then, would this look as good with the... Where do you even put... Now that I'm looking at this, where do you even put the Spawn logo?
Yeah,
Is
that's
it
a good
down
question,
here?
actually, yeah.
Like, where does it go on this? Now I gotta look up what the
actual
regular
cover
one looked like.
the non-virgin.
Or this could be one that only had a virgin. I don't know.
The deflowered cover. I was gonna say, Austin, it
I'm
sounds
so
like you're
old school. I'm like, sorry. Wow, what's that, Chris?
Oh, I was just gonna say, it sounded like you're kind of judging the, or that you thought the comic was a little judgmental of its audience. Like, oh, come get your virgin Spawn cover.
I mean, that's just what they call it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like,
I'm so old school. I'm like, comics should. How dare they even have variants?
Yeah,
It's one
exactly.
cover.
Yeah.
No, I try not to get too sucked into that whole thing, but I do appreciate sometimes having an option. So it's not the speculation thing for me. It's just sometimes the A cover kind of sucks. And it's cool if there's a prettier cover. I ordered my Spider-Man 1000 because that's obligatory, and I feel like I have to buy that.
Yeah,
and we'll probably want to review it. That'll be a big release. And I was on the fence about which cover to get. I was kind of mulling over that for about 10 minutes, just looking at all the different covers, and I ended up going for the Bermejo.
Okay, I mean, Bermejo's good. Bermejo's always a solid choice. You know?
Bermejo's been killing it on Spider-Man covers.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys what that one looks
No,
like.
I actually think I might like his Spider-Man more than I like his Batman. And I love his Batman.
His Batman's great, yeah.
But his Spider-Man is like, I don't know, man. It's something it's something different.
It like
That's really cool. But this is Bermejo's variant. That's Spider-Man fighting a bunch of villains. It's got Sandman and
I was gonna say I think I like his villains more than I like his Spider-Man too.
I have that one too. And Shocker's right in the front, and I really like Shocker.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. There's a good Alex Ross one too, but I ended up going for Bermejo over Ross. As much as I like Ross, I think I'm more of a Bermejo guy.
Bermejo has they do that like hyper realistic style, but in like two different flavors. Where
that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
chocolate and vanilla.
I mean that too. It's the Virgin Alex Ross versus the Chad versus the Chad Lee Bermejo.
Well, I don't make up these terms. That's just what they're referred to as. I don't know what to tell you.
We're just 12. What can I say?
Apparently.
Yeah, you can get like your regular slutty cover with the title on it. It doesn't really matter.
Come get your filthy
Have you never
Spawn
heard that
cover.
before?
It's like, this is a Spawn cover that makes the old ladies blush.
I'm sure
Yeah,
it
something
exists.
with
That's,
Spawn.
This
yeah.
is a
If
Spawn
it
cover.
doesn't have the words, they're all called version variants, you
This-
guys. This has nothing to do with
There's no
Spawn.
logo on the Spawn cover. You can take it to church. It's fine.
For the record, it is not my fault that this segment is running as long as it is over that, okay? Just want to throw that out there. Chris, it's time now for cover of the week.
Cover of the week. It's just the cover of the week. That was supposed to be flavor of the week by, was it All American Rejects?
Chocolate
Yeah.
or vanilla?
Chocolate vanilla.
I was gonna say that's so non-committal.
I know.
I guess it's cover of the week.
It's like, I think I was making a reference, but I forgot who the band
Everything
was.
in your voice said, must I keep doing this every time?
If I blink twice, that means help me.
Well, now it's time to talk about Thanksgiving for no reason at all, because we shook the phone and we went up with a Thanksgiving issue. I want to apologize in advance for the fact that you guys had to read this. The art in the back half is disgusting. It's just gross. I don't know what else to say about it. I remember enjoying this series quite a bit as it was coming out, and we're right in the middle, like we often are with these things, of a story arc. So I don't remember some of what's going on. I remember liking the Matt Murdock Kingpin thing in the Spider-Gwen universe. I like that this is 2016 into 2017, so we don't even have the Ghost Spider title yet. That's coming. I think she's about to get named that not too long after this. I like that we are still mostly in her universe, although as you guys saw in the second half, we're already doing a lot of multiversal crossover stuff. We got Jessica Drew coming over, and they often will do kind of big team ups where it'll be her and Jessica Drew and I think Silk. I can't remember who, but there'd be like kind of a 3-woman Spider-Woman team.
Yeah.
From different universes. And it started to lose me when it was doing that stuff. Because obviously it's multiversal in the first place, but what I always wanted with Spider-Gwen was just hang out in her universe. Her universe is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's sort of like an alternate it's sort of an alternate universe, like an Ultimate thing or like a Marvel 2.
Yeah.
And I really like stuff like that. I just wish it didn't have to cross so much.
Yeah. It could exist in its own, its own continuity and context.
So I will still defend the Spider-Gwen thing. I think her universe is really interesting, and it's got a super cool, unique artistic style that it starts with that we're still kind of nodding to a little bit with the first half of this.
But that devolves real fast too.
I don't know what the hell that other artist was doing. It's friggin' painful.
I mean, the weird blobby characters, and it's like, what? Yeah, but I like the series.
They use an emoji in a thought bubble.
Oh yeah,
Well, I feel like what we're seeing here, Austin, is the beginnings, or maybe we're getting full tilt into it by 2017, of what will become Marvel's comedic house style. Which is one of the things that ran me off.
Right.
When I quit buying new, was just books that could not take themselves seriously. To the point where, I'm not saying that you can't have funny stories, you can't have full-on comedy books.
Yeah.
It became everything they were doing. So it was dumb gimmicks and everything has got to be a joke. Everything has got to be a meme. To the point where this issue, it kind of gets its pesky drama out of the way. The first half is like continuing a story that's kind of interesting. And then it goes, now it's time for the thing you're really here for, which is bad comedy. And let's make fun of the porcupine guy because he used to have porcupine suit.
And what was it, like the Commander Koala, whatever, instead of Cobra Commander?
Commander Koala.
Everything in this issue made me want to buy a shotgun and put it in my mouth. The big thing I had walking away from it is I appreciate the new Supergirl so much more because, I don't know, every couple issues I'm like, I don't know about this. It's got its highs, it's got its lows. And whenever it hits its one of its lows, I'm like I feel like it's kind of going into this direction. Reading this, I'm like, okay, no, it's still like way above this quality.
Yeah.
So I will say, like, that was nice. But yeah, this issue was awful.
Yeah, like,
to be fair, this book was usually better than this.
Oh, yeah,
like
no.
at least the earlier issues, and also this is, I think, the second volume.
yes, there
if
was.
memory serves.
I think there was like a 5-issue mini.
Okay, I wasn't
that
sure
was,
on that.
No, but I think
Yeah.
there was even a longer monthly even before this.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about that, because it's just been so long, I forget.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
Yeah.
I enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the Spider-Gwen as a character in that whole world too, and reading this, like, okay,
the like Peter Parker lizard thing was
yeah,
really,
Peter
was
Parker
really
Lizard
good.
stuff. Yeah, exactly. And her being like a band called the Mary Janes, I thought was kind of funny. But yeah, like this book, you have like part of an arc, and then just like that.
Somebody got paid for this, you guys.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? Like
Is it better or worse than the art in our feature today?
Well,
Worse, way worse.
Yeah.
That's a
Way
complicated
worse.
question,
Yeah.
actually.
No, I think Austin's right about that,
Here's-
and that's how bad this is.
I guess here's the thing. That art was at least weirdly competent in its own weird way. This kind of looks like
No, you're right. Like it's just a style I don't like.
it's like a late era Spumco. This is when like John Kay got chased away from Ren and Stimpy, and now he has to like.
Why does everybody look like they're out of Mad Magazine?
A little bit, yeah. No, Matt had way better art. Than
It's
this,
like
let's be
it's
real.
like you sat down and said, "Well, okay, but just character
How dare
models, like,
you.
faces. Like,
Yeah.
like you. What I'm saying is, why does it look like parody?
Yeah, it does.
Somebody sat down and said, "How can we make these people look as ugly as humanly possible?"
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I had the experience of feeling like there was a joke and I didn't understand the joke.
right.
And then there were, some just lame jokes in it that aren't funny. But I'm just saying, like, just the look of it. It's like, what is the joke here?
Yeah. It really.
The joke is the reader.
The joke.
Yeah,
We
the
are
joke.
the joke.
The joke is that I paid $4 for this.
Boo boo,
That's
I am the fool. Yeah.
That's the joke. I actually finished this and went, how badly do I need these in my collection at this point? Like, should I sell these and get something better?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can sell them. You might have to pay somebody to take
Hey,
it.
somebody take him here. I'll give you $4.
Please, I'll give you $50. Take this issue.
Yeah.
See, you guys remember I hesitated when this came up last week and was like, I don't know if I should make you guys read this. I didn't remember that second half was as rough as it was. But I remember this being kind of the beginning of the end for me with just Marvel in general.
Right.
This period.
Yeah, I can see that too, especially when you're looking at like this, like, oh, cool, this is what they're charging money for. And especially, at least
shocking.
Especially, we're talking to how the first half of the issue, I mean, it's not quite the art from the first few issues of the series, but it's at least close enough. It's at least better than what it would just like devolve into.
Yeah, it's not as cool and stylized.
No, yeah.
You don't get all the cool funky colors.
No, yeah,
it's a
yeah,
little
yeah.
too straightforward, but it at least looks.
It was competent
like
at
that
least.
world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't look like just weird, like nightmare Disney character.
RJ Godzilla, that's straight up mid 2000s webcomic art. That's exactly right. Yeah. RJ Godzilla, I agree. Squirrel Girl, Gwenpool, and Deadpool are the comedy. Everything else should take itself seriously.
Yeah.
Well, and again, like there's different levels of comedy.
Yeah.
You can do a funny story inside of a serious book in the same way as you can do comedic Star Trek episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
But you don't need lower decks.
Comics are month to month too, so you need that little bit of variety. Just keep things fresh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair to say those are the only three prime. Maybe you didn't really mean this, but I don't think it's fair to say those are the only three properties that can do comedy.
Yeah.
But Marvel should not have a comedic house style, and that's what they had.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they've
at least
never
those are
recovered
probably
from
the
it.
ones that can go closest to parody.
Right. And still be in continuity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Gwenpool technically in continuity? I don't know.
Yes.
Gwenpool.
I mean, it's
Oh,
like
yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I wasn't sure if it was like this, where it was like another world.
No, it's not. Gwenpool is 616. It's
okay.
the same thing as Superboy Prime, except Superboy Prime does it better. Where it's somebody from our world that gets sucked into the comics and goes to 616.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just didn't know. I knew
yeah
that she was from the real world, but I just didn't know if it was 616 or just like she goes into just a comic world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, because they cross her in other books and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, and that was the other thing is I know that Spider-Gwen obviously crosses over a ton, and that starts as its own world. I don't know if she's technically just living in 616 at this point.
She probably is.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
They probably blew her.
She's in the next issue of Amazing Spider-Man. I'll find out.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I think that's part of the reason why you have the whole Ghost Spider thing is because there was already like a Spider Woman in that world, and they couldn't very well call her Spider Gwen.
Well, they could.
They could have, but you know.
Well, they could keep calling her Spider Woman because that doesn't stop Miles from being Spider.
I guess that's true. Yeah, there are two Spider-Men bopping around.
Because RJ Godzilla says I still prefer Spider Gwen. Yeah, as a title of the book, sure, but like Chris said, she can't use that as a superhero name.
Yeah.
So she needed a superhero name, and that's why I've always been okay with the Ghost Spider thing.
Yeah.
And I get why people don't like it, but I've always been fine. You gotta call her something. It sort of looks like a ghost face. I'm fine with it. The problem is if she's gonna get her own moniker, Miles needs one.
Right.
We're just so inconsistent about that.
Yeah.
It's like, why is it okay to have? You know, I've never liked the multiple characters with the same mantle thing. I think it's stupid.
Right.
It's why Austin keeps making fun of them for having the character's real name above the title.
Yeah.
You have to do that to distinguish them.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do it with her, why are you not doing it with the Spider-Mans also?
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
No, if it happened now, Rhodey would just be Iron Man.
Yeah.
There would be no War Machine.
Yeah.
Well, you remember when briefly Riri Williams was basically Iron Man?
Yep.
Because
it was around this time.
Because she took over. Yeah, that's right. She took over for Tony Stark when he died, and the book was still called Iron Man.
Yeah.
And she didn't have a name.
No, I still remember hearing that for the first time and being like, what?
Iron person. Okay, it's time for shaking the phone, Chris.
All right, let's do this.
Let's see what we wind up with.
Shake. That's all I got right now.
Shake your phone.
Shake your phone.
We're going to get to a point where he's going to say just like a note, and that'll be the whole theme. Okay, Chris, shake the phone.
All right.
Let's see what we wind up with.
He'll just do a maraca noise.
Okay, he always does it like a Magic 8-Ball.
Well, this is something that I know we've both read and owned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's shake it again. If it's this recent, we're not going to do it because I've done this on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually almost said right. So we went up with Immortal Legend Batman #4. I reviewed that. That was earlier this year. So go ahead and flip
it's
that.
the one
last
after the Riddler issue, so it's not even the good one. I mean, they're all good. They're all good. I just compare.
It's not the best one.
Not the best one.
It's not the best one.
Not the best.
No, the Riddler one is absolutely the best
Yeah.
one. That's amazing. Okay, we got Detective 803 from 2005. This is Mike Carey with art by John Lucas. I've never seen this cover. I mean, I probably have because it's in my collection, but this is probably in a collection where I was just looking at numbers and not covers very close.
Yeah.
Going, I don't have that one. Throw that in there. So it looks like there is some Penguin stuff going on in this issue. 803. The Talons of Crime.
Ooh.
So that's what we're doing next time.
Okay. All right.
And that's all I have to say about that. Although all the names on the cover of this are different from the names I just read, so I don't know if this is wrong. No, Lapham is the cover artist, but I don't know why his name is at the top.
He gets top bill. He's like, "That's a real good pig you got there."
That's so weird. That's not even that great of a cover. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But plus the Barker. Oh wait, so
That's what I was just looking at.
Carrie and Lucas
They did the Barker.
They did that.
The Barker.
Okay, so CLZ just screwed this up then, is what it looks like. Good job, database. Okay. Weird. All right, so that's what we're doing next time, and now it's time to go to our last segment, which is our featured book, our comic vault, as it were, for the evening, and we're gonna talk about Cage. Let me pull up Cage with explicit content, very explicit content. This is 3 weeks in a row, you guys, where I have had to be really careful about what panels I pull.
There's a lot in this.
So much nudity the last 3 weeks.
So much.
We had Jason Aaron's Punisher Max. Yep. We had Kick-Ass, and now we have Cage. And you got to really watch for topless nudity.
There's a lot of nipples in this book.
There are, yeah. There's actually even a little bit more than just topless nudity in this particular book.
Yeah.
But there's also just like really gruesome. Stuff that happens.
Yeah.
But there he is with his gold tooth. Yeah. That's kind of the big prevailing feature of this Luke Cage. He's got his gold tooth that blinds you when he gets into the sun run.
Yeah.
Well, he's actually got 2 prevailing visual features. He has his gold tooth, but my favorite is the red shades.
Yeah, the red shades.
The red shades are sort of cool.
Those are, yeah.
I was gonna say his headset he's always wearing.
That's true. He's always wearing. Do you think he's listening to that song from the Luke Cage TV show that mentions Obama? You think he's listening to that? Well, probably not in 2002.
Probably 2002.
It's a little early for Obama. He's probably listening to like Karen Carpenter ballads.
I was gonna say he's listening to that song.
That's what he's listening to.
He's listening to that song from the Chappelle Show. That's like it's the Tupac song that just San Andreas.
Well, now I'm just hoping he's just listening to Chappelle bits.
Again, I do need to point out too that was it Richard Corbin that was the artist? Was best known as a fantasy artist, which is why Luke Cage is built like Gimli in this.
Yeah, you keep saying that. I didn't really get that from it, but I guess I can kind of see it.
Yeah, I mean he's very, very stocky in this. Except when he's not. There are some parts where he's
a little inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like he's always got these giant meaty arms with veins that look like they will burst at any point.
That don't really have elbows.
Like if he ever has to go to the hospital, the nurse will not have a hard time finding the vein. No issue with that. Austin, 5-issue miniseries. Tell us what happens in this.
Well, you can tell it's drawn by a fantasy guy because it's basically the experience you will have playing a really long RPG and playing a side mission in which you just have to keep walking around, speak to an NPC, walk away, go to the next NPC, talk to them for a bit, go to the next NPC, talk to them for a bit, go to the next NPC, talk to them for a bit, and maybe at the end of all of this talking and walking back and forth to talk some more, there may be some action.
Oh, Austin, that was brilliant, buddy. And just like an RPG, some of that dialogue will be massively redundant.
Yes.
And you'll wonder why you had to stand there for so long. I got really tired in the second issue of the word trouble.
Yeah.
What the heck was that about? Just over and over again.
I'll tell you the truth.
I was like, I get it. I get it, Ezra.
There's a certain we do try to very hard to keep our language pure and clean on this show. But there's a certain word that starts with S that I was very like, all right. And then that leads into the maybe I'm your toilet paper line.
2 pages in.
Yeah. It's like a couple pages and like, I know it happens, man. And then
I will say, like, as crude as that is.
Yes.
Pardon me. Sorry. As crude as that is, I did kind of like the way that idea
Yeah.
thematically bookends the piece.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you're kind of questioning through the whole thing, a little bit of what Luke Cage's motivation is.
Right.
For like pitting these two crime bosses against each other. Well, I guess they're already against each other, but like kind of playing both sides. And at the start, you get the sense. So there's a woman that, since Austin didn't give us a plot synopsis, he gave us a genre synopsis.
I can give you an actual plot synopsis, but like that is just this book.
But I was just gonna say, there's this woman that comes to him and doesn't have very much money, and wants him to investigate. Who even is it that was killed?
It was like a 13-year-old kid that.
Yeah, but how was she related to? Was it her daughter? I can't remember.
It was like her
daughter.
It was her daughter. Okay.
Yeah.
So Luke Cage says he never takes jobs that are that cheap, but he makes an exception in this case, and that kind of suggests that he has some empathy and that he's got like a bit of a heart of gold.
Right.
But then as the piece progresses, I started questioning that.
Yeah.
Because he's more than rough around the edges, and he's obviously had a really dark past. And he got thrown into prison pretty legitimately, it seems like.
Yeah.
And so I started going like, is that really the reason he took the case? And then by the end, when he says, sometimes you've got to just wipe the S-word off your shoes.
Yeah.
It kind of wends back around and goes, oh, okay, maybe that is the reason he did all of this.
Yeah. I will say the one thing,
like, these people are just awful, and that's why he's.
Luke Cage in this is very much like an old school, like 70s blaxploitation protagonist, like your Shaft, your Superflies, where you're just
I was getting Shaft vibes real hard.
Yeah, where you're just kind of trying to like play both sides and just come out on top, so the last panel there, I keep looking at it, I was like, what's up with his jaw? It's just kind of, there's a lot of like facial features, like what?
No, I had like 2 pages in, and it kind of sucks. It was like an instant clocking of like, oh, this is what this book is. This is why it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Where I had like this is just Azraello updating the blaxploitation feel of original Luke Cage, and the voice just is kind of off.
Yeah.
It's
too exaggerated, and it takes you out constantly because it's just too cumbersome to read. Now, I'm a big stickler, and not everybody has this. I'm sometimes off on an island with this. So some of this is my own personal bias, but I'm a pretty big stickler against phonetic dialogue writing.
Yes.
And in this case, it isn't just that it's phonetically written, it's that it's pretty stereotyped.
Yes.
It kind of reads like.
I will say too that the a lot of
that
the
makes
dialogue,
it feel like you're not reading real people.
Yeah, no. And there's a lot of the dialogue where it's so like stereotypical, where it's so over the top, and especially since there are a lot of N-bombs in this too. I'm really like, Brian, you're a white guy named Brian. Why are you right?
I feel like I'm in a place where if the dialogue is going to be that heightened and kind of stereotypical, I want it to be more fun.
Yes.
Where it's like, especially like, I kind of dug the art, and that I thought it kind of looked like what you would do if you were to try to do like Luke Cage through the lens of like Fritz the cat. But
I can't unsee that now.
That's not the kind of story you have.
Yeah.
It's just Luke Cage walking around talking to people, like just going back and forth, being like, "Hey, do this. Hey, do that."
And
I'm like, if you're gonna do that blaxploitation thing, go all out.
Yeah.
Have him be like the baddest mother effer that walks into a room and is just the coolest guy that is kicking names and taking ass. All that stuff.
And it doesn't have that Jason Aaron grindhouse thing. where
Yeah.
it's real rough and violent, and the story is pretty serious, and it's got pretty serious mature themes, but there's this kind of like fun over the top nature to it.
Yeah.
I wasn't really getting that from this.
Another thing too that a lot of the again, like a lot of the dialogue was over the top. The one thing that really when a character was talking about the mayor, and it took me way too long to figure out he was saying his honor. It's like, what's this word that's like HIZO something? So yeah, I was staring at this word, like, is he trying to say his honor? So yeah, I mean, a lot of the dialogue was, and I know how Brian Azzarello got this job, and it was because of Wizard Magazine, because Wizard Magazine liked a lot of.
Oh yes, you've told me about this.
Yeah, because they liked a lot of his dialogue in 100 Bullets, which I haven't read a lot of 100 Bullets, but I've liked what I've read too. But yeah, so I mean, this was back in the era where Wizard Magazine was the kingmaker. And there's at least like a handful of like bad comics decisions that were because like Wizard thought it'd be a good idea. Now, one question I did have about this book, when they talk about the hammer, like the Italian mobster with the weird head.
Yeah.
It's like, is that supposed to be like Hammerhead? Like this universe's version of Hammerhead?
I had that too, because at first I was like, "Oh, Justin Hammer's the other gang.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he's the Hammerhead. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm not sure." I had that same question.
And it's weird if he's not a comic character, because you already have that with Tombstone.
Yeah.
So you'd think it'd be Tombstone and then some other street level Marvel gangster guy, be it a Spider-Man villain or a Daredevil villain,
exactly.
or what it is, whatever it is.
He kind of looks Hammerheady.
Yeah,
but like at the same time, why wouldn't you just call him that?
That's probably what it is, but it's odd if nobody actually calls him that, because Tombstone is called Tombstone.
Yeah,
and like they keep calling him the Tombstone, but then
Right.
he'll also be referred to just as Tombstone,
and by like Lonnie too.
Yeah. So you get his actual name.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but I also don't know what Hammerhead's real name is, because this guy I think is also named. So
I looked it up too. Apparently, Hammerhead doesn't have like a canonical real name.
Oh, okay.
I guess he's just
so that you would have to make
somewhere they call him Joseph, but like, yeah, he's always just been like Hammerhead.
Okay. No, and I think it was like issue 1. He talks. Luke Cage talks to those gangsters. And they pull out their guns and they're gonna shoot him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Go ahead and shoot me. I'm bulletproof. Like, we'll see who actually gets hit by the bullets." And they don't shoot him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, okay. I feel like there's more to this. And this is Max. So you can do whatever you want."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "There's gonna be a twist with this." I feel like, and we kept doing that throughout the book. And I was like, "Oh man, we are totally building to he has this persona and it's all made up, and he's going to get martyred at the end of this book, and like that's going to be the thing that brings peace, and like he's going to be like this legend in the area because of that." And I was like, "That's kind of fascinating." It's like a out of universe take on Luke Cage. And then when we finally get to the end and he's just Luke Cage, and it's like, "Oh, but you didn't let him do anything cool before that?"
No.
That's so disappointing.
I mean,
yeah, they just give you sort of the ambiguous ending.
I mean, he rips some guy's arm off, or like breaks his arm or something.
And maybe he just had it open, kind of hoping he would get more.
Yeah.
That they would do another mini, or this would turn into an ongoing or something, because it does read real open ended at the end.
And this was, I think, like one of the first wave of Max books. Like it was this Punisher and like I want to say that Fury book by Garth Ennis.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say 2002. It must be one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin, I had the same thing you did, where I was thinking that he was kind of putting on an act. And then we would get kind of beneath the surface and figure out, who he really is. But I didn't have the martyr thing. That could have been really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
like that just kept hitting me because we kept having scenes of like, okay, now we're gonna test, are you actually bulletproof? And we always don't go there. So I'm like, okay, this is building to something.
Yeah.
Well, I thought
And
he got shot enough that we could tell he was honest to God bulletproof. Does he not?
not till near the end. It's not till the end that you find out. And then in the second last issue, he gets beat up by that henchman.
Yeah, the
So
guy
it's like, oh, he's also not super strong
Yeah, I was
either.
wondering about that
Yeah.
if he was supposed to be bulletproof.
Right.
That was confusing. But then the very end of the book is he's standing between the two mob bosses, and I
Mhm.
wasn't sure what exactly I was supposed to take from the
Mm.
ambiguity of that, where it's
Yeah.
like, if he's bulletproof, would they just shoot through him and then his whole plan is they'll kill each other?
Right.
Or is it like, also like you were saying, he's okay dying here? Like,
Yeah.
but that's not how the internal monologue is reading at all. It's like he's gonna walk
No,
away
I think
from
the
this.
ending is. I think the ending is they both shoot, but he's there and it bounces off of him, and that's the like, no, he is bulletproof moment. Because then he turns and smiles,
Then they
and
probably
is like,
should have
"That's
shown it. Because
Yeah.
it just ends with him standing there.
Which-
I mean, you're right. They get the smile. That's probably what that means. But
Which, I mean, that
well." A
kind
few
of
panels before is them both shooting, and he's in the middle. Like it looks like they're both shooting at him. It's just you're not seeing like a panel of the bullet bouncing
you
off.
don't.
It's
why don't
just
you just
Yeah,
why don't
the
you just
bullets
have
pop off.
okay? But then why don't you? Because I wasn't totally sure what was happening there since they were both still standing unscathed.
Right.
So I wondered if. Or so I wonder if you shouldn't have just had a panel of they're both on the ground now.
Yeah.
Just do that.
And-
because even at the end of the issue before, when there's the big gunfight, he walks away, and there is that ambiguity of did bullets bounce off him, or was he just lucky enough to not be hit? Because it doesn't answer that.
Yeah, you don't have.
It just shows him walk away from the gunfight.
But he has to have
Yeah.
some level of supernatural ability, or it's completely pointless that he was experimented on in the prison.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have the
That could be
scenes
part
like
of like the story that he's made.
Yeah.
We get that way later than when like I've already kind of got this idea of where we're going as well. Because I don't think that comes up until like issue 3.
yeah, but
Yeah, like are you thinking that there's some unreliable narrator in that?
I mean, by that point, I'm not really sure where it's going, but
Oh, I see what you're saying.
there could be.
But I was gonna say you're not getting the scenes like you do in like the Luke Cage TV show where you have him walking in and like his shirt getting ripped up because the bullets are bouncing off and like I'm tired of buying new shirts and stuff like that. Like you don't have that scene and you don't have something like that confirmation, and which is something that I was expecting.
Well, and if
to,
it's just
yeah.
trying to be a more realistic version of it, where like he's stronger than normal, but it's not like full on, supernatural, then just
Right.
make it real clear: is he bulletproof or not?
Yeah, exactly.
And if he's not, then don't talk about it like he's bulletproof.
And then like when he does get beat up by like the guy with the shirt that says wife beater.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a point where I was kind of like, all right, is this where they're kind of going with it? Where is it like that? He's not really bulletproof. So you just have like the guy come in and just kind of demonstrate that like, no, this guy can get hurt, but I don't know. I mean, it's such a weird will they won't they with his power set. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah. No, and I think what frustrates me is that it's somewhere between where I'm like, either go full blaxploitation with it, and like I said, just have him walking around smacking fools, or go the more realistic route that I was talking about. Because like I said, it hints enough at it that
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there's a more interesting book if he went fully into that realm. So I'm like,
Yeah.
kind of just pick one of the lanes.
Well, because it feels like RJ Godzilla, to something I mentioned earlier, was like, well, blaxploitation typically does have stereotypical depictions of people. Yeah, but I couldn't tell reading it if that's what it wanted to be or not. I was real unsure on that because it felt like it wanted to be more kind of realistic and grounded. And so with all of the, for lack of a better way of putting it, like modern jive talk,
Yeah.
the like urban street talk,
Yeah.
it read like he was trying to just approximate real life speech and was just overdoing it more than it read blaxploitation to me.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's somewhere in the middle, but I found it really awkward.
It was trying too hard. The dialogue was trying too hard. And
But his point is, it's not trying too hard if it's trying to be blaxploitation. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think it's clear.
It didn't quite. It was one of those where it just felt like somebody trying to write, this is cool tough guy dialogue, not like this is that blaxploitation sort of 70s slang, some jive talk doing. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't. I'm trying to think of like the best way to describe it. It just felt a little too try hard and a little too. This is what like a tough guy would say, and that's what it just kind of stuck to me. That it didn't feel like the modern approximation of Sweet Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Yeah.
Well, what you're describing is what I have with the design, even.
Yeah.
Especially the headphones, where I'm like,
we're
trying too hard to be like, look how cool he is. He always has his headphones on.
Headphones on the whole time.
on top of his beanie, and it's like, I don't know, man.
And I just want to go back to like Austin's original point too, where it is that RPG quest where it's just Luke Cage going around talking to people. I mean, that's the whole book, and then at the end of it, he just kind of stands. I mean, for anything else, it's Luke Cage just kind of like walking around. It ends with him just standing.
Yeah, like if we're gonna go that blaxploitation route, I want him to do cool things.
Yeah,
I want him to do more than just walk around and be like, "Hey, like I'll help out your gang. Hey, I'll help out your gang.
Yeah.
Hey, this is what I'm doing for your gang now. Hey, this is what I'm doing for your gang now."
And yeah, and that is a very like 70s blaxploitation plot, but you also have to have stuff happen too.
And I just feel like
exactly.
If it was more of what Austin's asking for, and it was more fun and it didn't take itself so seriously, people wouldn't jump so, because I've heard this about this book, people wouldn't jump so quick to, oh, it's racist.
I will say, looking at some of the art too, it's like those and
I don't want to get too deep into that.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's really easy if it doesn't work, if it's bad, it's really easy to go, well, see, a pasty white guy shouldn't write this like black street level urban crime stuff.
Right.
But I don't think anybody would complain if it was done well. And I also think fewer people would complain if it was clearly exaggerated and what Austin's asking for.
Right. I mean, it's
if you're just, more like a Tarantino, Jackie Brown kind of place.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just that it's both stereotyped and wants you to take it seriously.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's not.
Some of the ideas in this are fine.
Yeah, exactly. And
honestly, I expected to hate this more than I did.
Yeah, I mean, again, just hearing like a basic plot synopsis,
just the way I've heard it, or at least I expected it to be like more shocking than it was.
I guess that's I mean, it has been
kind of more boring. Than like.
And it is not 5 issues worth of material.
No.
This is 3 at best.
Yeah.
Like, it drags its feet really hard.
And like
and it didn't take too long to read, but I mean, like, by the end of the 5th issue, I was like, how was this 5?
Yeah. And again, like, looking at just like a basic, just like beat for beat plot synopsis, like, the actual like bones of the story aren't necessarily, there's no real issue with it. It's just everything else around the actual meat around it too.
Yeah, and then, like I said, with the kind of more realistic side that I had early on, like I feel like you could have had like a really cool, almost reverse, Do the Right Thing, because we watched that.
I was thinking about that
on the
too.
show.
Oh yeah,
where if you had my idea of like, oh, he's not actually bulletproof, and he gets martyred or whatever, you could have like a reverse of that, where it's like instead of this guy dies and everything goes to chaos, like that's the thing that kind of rises us up a little bit, where it's like now he gets to live to that embodiment. No, you're
Yes.
fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did see a lot of Do the Right Thing in this too. I mean, even
Yeah.
a lot of the. I mean, when Tombstone and the Hammer are cussing each other out and calling each other slurs, it's like, okay, that reminds me of that one scene in Do the Right Thing where they show.
Especially going to Italian and black. Sorry, I cut you off there.
No, you're good. You're good. No. I mean, yeah, it's. And plus, like, look at that cover too, where you do have the brass knuckles. That does kind of remind me of the. This is the story of the right hand and the left hand. They're always fighting each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, if it's not done well, it feels like you're kind of ripping that material off.
Yeah.
Austin, what if it had been handled like this? I'm going into unfair rewrite mode, sort of, when I suggested.
I mean, I started with that.
Yeah.
Your idea of he's a martyr is really good. What if we got, and you would almost have to get the backstory about the prison earlier, I think. But what if he's led to believe that he's more durable than he is, and maybe he's like somewhat more durable, but not as much as he thinks he is, and like he thinks he's bulletproof.
Yeah.
And then he stands there at the end and thinks he's gonna be okay, and then he's not.
Yeah.
Like, what if the procedure that's done on him in the prison gives him this false sense of security,
Right.
and he's managed up to this point to just avoid a lot of damage. He's taken enough that he thinks he can take more.
Yeah.
And then he stands there and gets gunned down to the street at the end, and that's how it ends. So like he is a martyr, but doesn't know he's going to be a martyr.
And especially another thing you could do, depending on how many comic-y elements you can bring in. I mean, there's like characters you could bring in who could bypass whatever. I'm not saying like bring in Silver Samurai and have him like pop in and cut right through him, but yeah, there's ways you could do that in sort of like that semi comic booky way too, depending on how much you want to pull from that world.
But yeah, so I was just wondering what you thought of that idea.
No, it's cool. I think I like the idea that it is just like a put on story where it's like he had these hard times, and it's like this is like this persona that he's made out of himself. And he kind of goes around and he knows it's not true, but like he's trying to atone. I kind of like that as an idea too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You know what the whole thing about him, us not getting that confirmation of him being bulletproof kind of reminded me of? Like a TV show that doesn't have the budget for squibs.
Yeah.
There was a little bit I was reading.
Like a character that can fly, and it's like, can they actually fly? And you don't get the answer until the last
anything you want to. So it's like he's only held back by it's a Max book.
Yes.
And he doesn't want to get too comic booky with it. Now, I will say I was surprised we didn't have more of that kind of action, but I took him more at his word than you guys did. So I just took it for granted that he was bulletproof.
Well,
he kept saying he was.
I did too. I'd read this before,
and so I'm with you. Like listening to you guys talk about it, I agree that it's kind of hard to tell. It's a little awkward. But while I was reading it, I was like, oh, he says he's bulletproof. He's bulletproof.
I mean, I read this before. I did kind of take him at his word too. But, listen to Austin talk. It's like, yeah, I mean, they didn't really show a whole lot of that too. And
real quick, let me interrupt you.
Especially there's so much. Oh, go ahead.
Let me interrupt you guys for a minute because Spider-Fan's about to leave and he just left 3 super chats.
Oh, nice.
And asked for a bunch of stuff for the wheel. So thanks to him. But he left 3 $5 super chats and asked for Shaft, a complicated man. I know nothing about Shaft, so if that comes up, I'm gonna have to do my homework there. Harley Quinn, New 52, Hot in the City by Jimmy Palmiotti, and
I know you're excited for that.
And a Dark Horse manga called Gunsmith Cats, Bonnie and Clyde. I have no idea what that is.
I mean, is that a multi-volume thing? I've heard.
I don't know, but we just do.
There we go.
Cool.
A few issues of it.
But
anyway, I just wanted to thank him for the super chat.
I was gonna say I actually have read the Shaft, a complicated If that's the
have you
one I'm
really?
thinking
Well.
of too, because there was a recent Shaft series from
Oh yeah, I remember when that was coming
yeah,
out.
which I read, I thought was pretty good. At least part of
Who
it.
published that?
I wanna oh crap. I wanna say like Boom or IDW or somebody like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I can't
Yeah.
remember which one.
If that also did something cool where you see a lot in like modern books and like modern indie creator owned stuff where they will put a soundtrack in the back, like a recommended like listening. Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah.
But anyway, Austin, what were you gonna say about this?
No, I was just gonna say with that specifically because the first scene through like the entire narration, he's like, okay, all these people, they BS things,
Mhm.
and like here's like the truth that's in all that BS and all that, and then we immediately after that cut to him talking to a couple of guys on the street,
Mm.
and one of them pulls a gun out on him, and he's like, "Go ahead and shoot me, like I'm bulletproof," and then walks over and like hits the gun out of his hand, and just immediately that following up all of that talk about BS and just specifically
Oh,
not
sure.
showing it, I was
Yeah.
like, he's doing something here. There's more to. He's not just regular Luke Cage.
Yeah, where
Mm.
it might be an intimidation tactic.
Yeah, and then after that, we keep making a point of characters questioning whether he's bulletproof or not.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
it really felt like it was
that's
building
true.
something, but I think Chris kind of called it. I think it is kind of that feeling of watching a TV show that doesn't have the budget to do powers, and
But I'm with you.
you're
That
just
would have been
questioning it through the whole time until the end.
that would
What-
have been a neat take on the material.
It would, yeah. But
like what if
Yeah, especially
what
for
if you
Max.
had
Like,
what if you had a vigilante? I was going to say superhero, but in this case, it's kind of more of just a street vigilante
yeah.
who, like convinces everyone he has powers,
Mm.
and is in a world where there aren't powers.
Yeah.
mhm.
Um
Yeah, no, exactly.
That-
And he's basically like the man with no name, like walking around doing his thing, and everyone's like, "Oh man, that guy! Like
Yeah.
we all know him. He's the guy that's bulletproof."
well, this was also
It's
basically
just- Story.
You make
Ye-
yourself an urban legend in plain sight. Where like everyone knows you
Yeah.
exist and they see you do things, but they also think that you can do things that you can't do.
Yeah. and also
Yeah,
too
that's
like
super cool.
It's like a monarch that makes his subjects think that he's a god or something.
well, I was gonna say too that you bring up a man with the man with no name. I mean, this is basically just plot wise a fistful of dollars. And like you have
Yeah,
Jimbo the
it's
bodyguard.
definitely-
It's that kind of I mean, it's I don't
Except like the boring version of that.
yeah. It's not like Jimbo. Nobody's pulling like a samurai sword and chopping people.
Shooting people's hats off and cool stuff. It's just
exactly.
you're on this side quest in an RPG. Go talk to this person.
Now, like I said, I wasn't in love with the style of this artwork.
Yeah.
But one thing I did think there are some neat panel layouts here and there. Like this is not totally phoned in or anything. One thing stylistically I liked is that all of the sound effects words are made to look like graffiti. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah.
That is cool.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, while reading it, I was like, this is very different art. And you know what, Chris, because I didn't realize he was a fantasy guy,
Mhm.
but I can definitely see it just in the
Yeah.
way that he draws certain people. Like Tombstone's got like a very fantasy kind of quality.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
like I said, I kind of dug it in that like Fritz the Cat kind of style, where I was like, okay, this is definitely an acquired taste.
yeah. It is.
And I don't even know how much like I would love this normally, but like I can kind of see it working.
Yeah. I never really, until you mentioned that, I didn't really put that together. See, as
Well,
like
I
a
just
Robert
have that
Crumb
with
thing.
Max in general.
Yeah. There are like Max books that have just
Where I do have to
gorgeous
acquire the taste eventually.
Yeah.
And I do. but-
Yeah.
art. The Fury book too. The art was good, but I'm not sure if you've ever seen the pencils of that too. Where it almost looking at that, it's like I don't want to see this inked. The pencils were just so good,
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I've never read that. Is it connected to his Punisher? Because you said it was Ennis.
It was
And
Ennis,
Fury's
yeah.
such a big part of that.
It wasn't really connected with his Punisher in any like practical sense. I mean, I don't recall like Frank showing up or anything like that.
Yeah.
I
just wondered because Fury is a big part of
Yeah.
his Punisher run.
Yeah, and another thing that was also part, I think there was like a War Machine book that wasn't actually about like War Machine.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I mean that was also, but that was like a weird black and white book too.
Was it called What If War Machine Mattered?
Max.
Ironically,
Max.
No, because that book ironically did not matter.
You know the weirdest thing about this book is,
Yeah,
everybody refers to it as Luke Cage Max. It's a Max book,
Mhm.
but it is officially referred to as Cage Volume 2. Because there was a Luke Cage book in the 90s just called Cage. So this is shockingly a Volume 2.
Wow.
It's really freaking weird.
Yeah.
Because it took me a minute to find it because of that.
Yeah. Which is funny because it wasn't on the apps. Marvel Unlimited, I don't believe has.
We've talked about this. They don't have Max books.
Max, yeah.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
I think it's explicit content stuff.
Yeah. Meanwhile, DC's
it's mainly just to read Punisher and Alias, but
I mean, yeah,
it would be cool if they were there.
This turns into a grab the scans any way you can kind of exercise. But
meanwhile, DC's over here like, you want to read Hellblazer? We got Preacher right over here.
Well, look, DC has to do that.
Yeah.
Because their most popular stuff that is lighting the comic world on fire is sometimes as explicit as Max.
Yes.
And so, like, if they didn't include this kind of stuff, they can't put Absolute on the app.
Yeah, I guess
so
true.
They have to.
Yeah.
But it's not even like Marvel Unlimited doesn't put explicit stuff on the app. That's what I don't understand. It's just Max as an imprint.
Maybe it has nothing to do with that then. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Real Life Actual Jim Carrey says his Nick Fury is connected to the Punisher, and they are canon.
Oh, right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I learned something today.
But you don't have to take his word for it.
Don't take my word.
Although he did say his Nick Furry.
His Nick
Furry. Nick Fury may not be.
Goodness.
True story. I actually knew somebody with a cat named Nick Furry. And the reason was the cat was missing an eye.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, it's ironic because it's a cat.
It's a cat.
And that's how stupid Nick Fury retroactively, we've learned, lost his eye.
They had the cat.
According to freaking Captain Marvel.
They had the cat before Captain Marvel came out. So it's...
That's what Marvel was adapting.
Yeah, exactly. My friend's cat.
I'm still mad about that. Anyway, anything else you guys want to say about Cage Volume 2?
No, not like really.
Yeah, no.
It was just kind of
Is Max the only Marvel line that isn't only remembered for Spider-Man?
Yeah, maybe so.
Although I do take it back. Marvel Knights. Marvel Knights had a Spider-Man book, but that wasn't really the big thing that people remember.
Yeah, Marvel Knights was canonical, was it not?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Marvel Knights is still 616.
Yeah, it's still 616. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's not really like this where it's an imprint or an alternate universe.
I guess that's
like
true,
Ultimate.
yeah.
And even 2099 is remembered
Spider-Man.
for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And kind of nothing else. Yeah.
And Noir is like that too.
Yeah. Well, that's true. In fact, Noir more than any of them, because I think if you asked your average person, like what Noir was, they'd think it was only Spider-Man.
I think that's the same for 2099 though. Like I think both of those are only for Spider-Man outside of like
but Noir even more so because Noir had those minis. I always forget about this. Noir had those minis, and Spider-Man was the one that took off, and they never really went back to the other ones.
Right.
2099 they keep bringing back as a universe and doing a bunch of different books and things. Noir I don't think has ever done that.
I will say there was a Luke Cage Noir, which actually was kind of a little bit more like we thought we were talked about with this, where you have Luke Cage where it's sort of ambiguous whether he was actually bulletproof. If I remember right, it's been a while since I read it too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I mean, it's been like 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. It's been a century since I read it, you know, back when.
He's
It came out
compensating
in the
now because
40s.
every time he says 10 years, I have to remind him that it's been 20.
We talked about.
He cuts all of his memories in half.
We were talking about a book from 2005 just a little bit ago, and I'm not ready for
like
that.
A few years ago.
I'm not ready for that to be 21 years ago. No, I'm not.
Oh,
no, it's in the 40s. You went to your local newsletter stand, and you were like, "Is there any number threes here?" And they're like, "Yeah, we got a new book. It's called Luke Cage Noir."
I got this in my K rations when I went over to the war when I was in the South Pacific.
Austin, can you remind me? Because I may have to look it up if you can't remember. Did I do the Mother Russia arc on Punisher Max?
No.
Okay, so that's on the wheel now.
I know you did the arcs around it.
Real life Jim Carrey just asked for that.
I can look it up quickly, but I don't think you did.
Thanks for the super chat, man. Let me get that on the wheel here.
What if real life actual Jim Carrey really is the real life actual Jim Carrey? He's like, I've heard this guy really like Batman Forever. So these guys really like Batman Forever, so you know we gotta support him.
He's not. He's almost certainly someone that we know already, calling himself something else.
Well, I can't sanction that buffoonery.
He's not. He's not confirmed or denied this, and that's why I know it's true.
You've done 4 and 5, 4 and 5, and that's number 3.
Okay, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I had the wheel set up, and then we got another super chat. Okay, well, are you guys ready to spin the wheel and find out what we're doing next time?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
Let's see. Round it goes.
Round and round it goes. There's no knowing where we're rolling. Oh, it didn't show up. Oh, there we go. Oh, Chewbacca's Lover wants to see Frey.
Frey, okay.
Which I feel like I reviewed at some point, but it's been a super long time.
Yeah.
And that's a book I remember really liking a lot. Austin's not a Buffy person, so this will be odd to have him read.
Yeah.
Oh no! I was gonna say I don't know what that means.
Frey is future Buffy. Frey's like Buffy Beyond or something. And it's and I think Whedon full on wrote it.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, if it wasn't Whedon, it was part of like his regular.
No, it's I'm almost certain him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember like wondering about it for a long time, and then finally reviewing it years ago. But I guess we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Have you ever read it?
I've never read it. I've been curious about it too. Like I remember they talked about it in Wizard magazine. So yeah, I mean, I was curious about it, but I never actually just got around to it. So,
Chewbacca's Lover says I did a non-spoiler review, not a vault. Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Oh, you only talked about it for 2 minutes. All right.
Time to spoil it.
But yeah, that's a pretty quick read. I think it's like 6-8 issues.
That's not too bad, yeah.
Maybe I forget. I mean, I'll look it up and find out how long that is. But we lost.
Oh no,
we lost Austin again, folks. And now we're on the screen twice. Why does this keep happening at the end of the show?
I know, right?
It's really strange. Well, we're gonna go ahead and bid you guys farewell instead of trying to get Austin back, since we're right at the end of the show anyway. But Frey for next week, that'll be interesting, at least for Oz.
Yeah.
Watch Austin just not read it. Austin really doesn't like Whedon. But anyway, appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you again next week. I was Captain Logan, and this was Chris, and we had Austin.
Austin's somewhere in the ether somewhere.
Hope you guys had a good time. Bye, everybody.